1.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. The AQI is high, and so are the vibe. On this Wednesday, June 28, 2023, this sports program starts now.
Sports
are happening. One of them, to be exact, that would be baseball, and we're following along diligently as we learn to love this sport that takes too long, doesn't have enough action. But boy, there are some moments that are fantastic, like what we were able to witness last night, which we'll hear about in mere moments. Pack show today, okay? Because the NHL draft is tonight.
Ooh.
That's right. And allegedly, the guy going number 1 overall, Connor Bedard, he is supposed to be the next one.
Yep. Next up.
This guy's supposed to be the next one.
Yep.
Now, people get drafted number 1 overall every single year in every single sport. Obviously, that has a draft. Sure. That is how this thing goes. Now, we learned yesterday that the baseball draft isn't necessarily like a draft the best player before you draft other players type thing, which certainly was confusing to us all, which leads us even more so to baseball being, you know, so much all the time. But Connor Bedard, this guy's being talked about as a generational talent. We're talking, obviously, McDavid won his 4th ever.
5th, I think.
4th straight.
Hart Trophy.
Bobby Hart Trophy.
Whatever it is called. He is the guy, but nobody knows because he's up in Canada in the middle of nowhere, obviously, and he is fun to watch. And Sidney Crosby, obviously, came in 2005. He is phenomenal. Will go down as in the pantheon of hockey players of all time if he could have stayed healthy and everything like that. And there's been other greats. But they're talking about this Bedard guy about potentially going into that Mount Rushmore conversation when it's all done. And he's going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Obviously, the Blackhawks organization has done some
stuff. Michigan
figure it out. Has done some very serious stuff.
We kicked them out.
Okay, but they have it's basically, they kicked all of them out.
After a while.
And now they have like a clean start for a very historic franchise. And now they got the next one. I think this guy's going to be shown a lot with this ESPN TNT thing. So let's learn about it from Bucci Cross coming on.
Bucci.
Yeah, Bucci Mania coming on in about 18 minutes or 16 minutes or so. AQ Shipley will join us in the second hour to talk a little football. What's he up to? What's going on? What are his thoughts? And then Tom Segura.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Who has a new special coming out on July 4th called
Sledgehammer.
And allegedly, apparently, there's a chance that our voices are in a little bit of the opening there, Sledgehammer.
Okay.
If that's the case, we made it.
I'd say.
So can't wait to chat with all 3 of these fine gentlemen. The Toxic Table is here. That's at Ty Schmidt, who's in a fantastic mood today.
Really happy.
And at Boston Connor and at Boston Connor's Mullet. Great to see you boys. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. You look great. Look at you with the green. You're looking thin.
Tony.
It's one of my favorite colors, you know? It goes well with the Dan hat, earth tones. That's who I am now.
Yeah, I think so. And seems to be a smaller size than the stuff you normally wear.
They're shrinking a little bit.
No, I'm saying you're shrinking a little bit.
No, I know. I said it wrong.
All right, you look good.
Here we go.
You look good.
Thank you.
You didn't know you look good. I don't know what you're doing, if it's dieting or working out or what you're up to, but you're crushing it.
Yeah, a little bit of diet. Definitely a little bit of diet. Performance-enhancing drugs.
Nice.
I realized when the ESPN deal got signed, you know, you can't have all those people's eyes on TVs and say, who's that fat fucking guy?
Yeah.
I agree.
I thought about that as well. And I will say that I've been on TV before, and I've thought that when I'm going to get on TV, and then I get a little bit too comfortable, and I'm the fat fuck on TV, though. So I don't know how long we will maintain this thought.
We'll try.
But I do like that we are seemingly becoming a much more fit office.
Trying to.
And I like that. This ESPN deal obviously has ruined the show completely. And everything else, that is what some people were thinking. But one thing it has, I think it's made us much better versions of ourselves all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, you come in here, the Hawk House is absolutely packed. You know, there's not as many orders coming in from DoorDash. I mean, Nick is still just.
Nick had pizza, some lasagna, and pasta cakes.
Pasta with
Tony had a
breadstick.
breadstick. I don't want to hear about this diet he's on.
Breadstick. You ate 15 of them. Nick,
They were delicious.
Nick, it looks like you're trying to eat yourself to death. every single day, and somehow
Maybe I am.
everything's
I
okay,
eat
dude.
because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat.
Oh,
This guy's married.
Yeah.
This guy's married. You got a lot to live for.
She's
Come
great.
on.
She's the best.
She is, but also, like,
But her husband's.
let's not try to die every single morning whenever we're sitting here at work.
Please.
Whole glass of whole milk,
Big
chugging
ass.
it down with your pizza and your pasta.
Muffin.
And your, don't even talk about the donuts added in there as
Yeah.
well. Nick, is everything okay? Just know you can talk to us, Nick.
Yeah,
right.
we're here for you,
You can
Nick.
talk to us, Nick.
Everything's okay. I just want to clarify. I'm not one of those sickos who would drink the milk with the pizza and the pasta. The milk comes earlier in the day or later. A nice treat before bed.
Or both.
The pasta and the pizza happen in the middle
What are you
of the
drinking
day.
with that?
Ice cold
Today I had
turtles.
ice cold Arnie Palmy alert.
Oh, nice.
This guy lives, man. This guy lives. He
I'd
has a
say.
body, though. He's always going to look
Yeah.
slender, at least.
lucky
he will
bastard.
get a gut. I mean, he will get a gut under there.
Oh, yeah.
But the way he's built, it's kind of hidden, you know, with the way he dressed. So he's living a fine life. We can't all do that. The man who's living the finest life, guy who eats Nerd Ropes and Hardee's
Yep.
and everything,
Red Bull.
and still thinks at the age of 39 he can run in the 4.4s.
Yes.
Wild.
14-year NFL legend, Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
Pac, a lot of conversation about you running this sub 4.5 or not on the internet. Have you seen the chirping that's been going on?
Yeah.
And what is your belief on this 40 that you're running tomorrow, laser timed?
Okay.
$450 laser that was able to get here in time.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's a good laser or not a good laser. There'll also be a hand time just to see if the laser's in the ballpark, because that seems to be a pretty quick turnaround and not as expensive as I thought it would potentially be. But it will be a laser time. You confident or what do you feel?
Confident, a little sore today.
What's that? You training?
Uh-oh.
I'm saying I'm going to be prepared. If I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I might as well be prepared.
So what's today look like? We carb loading?
Yeah.
Today, we going to stretch it out, jog a little bit, and see how I go tomorrow. Yesterday I ran 740s up under 5 seconds, not killing myself. So we'll see.
Okay.
So that was just like
like
conditioning.
Yeah, like back to back to back.
How'd you feel? You felt pretty good while you were
Felt
running?
pretty good.
First one felt like the air was moving quick.
About the second one, third one, I started feeling like myself.
Are these, wind, are
So
these
how many-
wind-aided 40s? Or are they? Sorry, smoke-aided 40s? 'Cause
Wow,
you
is
got-
the AQI
No.
behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you running 40s, causing this smoke?
Makes sense.
That's something to think about. Good
Yeah.
luck
Road
tomorrow. Hey, we're proud of you, whatever you run, but also, if at 39 you run sub 4.5, that'll be talked about.
Yeah, that'd be absurd.
That'll be something that'll be talked about. So I hope you pull it off. I believe you will be under 4.5. There are others that doubt it.
No way.
That's one of them.
4-7.
That's one of them.
Not gonna happen.
Did you hear Rob Ninkovich, Super Bowl champion, obviously, for the New England Patriots? He goes, on a friendly hand time, sure. Laser, no chance. Nink thinks you got no shot at this thing.
That's crazy.
What's that all about?
Yeah.
What's,
I don't know, pal.
what's that all about? Has he seen you run lately or not?
Pass?
Obviously, they haven't seen me run. They haven't seen my body. I can't believe this. Well, I can't believe this asshole is going against me. But
I
we'll
can't pass
see.
on you.
I'm very confident in myself that I can run sub 4.5.
All right, well, you're running on cement tomorrow. If it's weather tomorrow or this AQI remains,
Yeah.
we will push it another
safe.
week, so you get another week to train, which
Right.
could be good.
How many does he get? Because he said on that second one is when he really.
Yeah, but he was just catching his stride. Hadn't run a 40
Okay.
in a long time.
Okay. So just one.
He's already, that'll be one,
Okay.
right? One.
I'm gonna warm up first. Yeah, but when I go, I should only run one time. The first time is gonna be the best time.
Yep. Doing the skips.
All right, good luck out there. We're pulling for you. Speaking of the AQI, what the fuck, bro?
Crazy.
It's terrible.
Hey, listen, we're getting hotboxed by Canada.
We are.
We thought this was kind of done. It came through first time in forever, I think. I've been around, I guess. I don't know if I'm the oldest human, but I've never seen anything like this. So it comes, and how's that work? How does something just start happening out of nowhere with wind and pressure and smoke? And seemingly, they've had fires up there before. I guess this is the biggest that they've ever had.
It has to be.
And then the weather is also providing something that's keeping smoke, which I thought hot air rose.
Me too.
I thought hot air would
bold.
rise, but something's pushing it down, I guess.
Particles in the smoke, I believe, are keeping
Might be
it
some
down.
shit in the game.
So, I mean, it could be. We're right behind Dubai, which, figure it out, Dubai, geez Louise. We can barely see about 500 yards in front of us.
Nope.
Dubai, I don't know how you're able to see all the Rolls Royces rolling around.
Kidding.
If they got 359, that on every single news station here in Indy, they've been doing like dangerous, moderately dangerous, super dangerous, dead dangerous, this whole thing. We're way up there right now. Yeah. And I know the left coast is saying, we got to deal with this every single year. We got smog and everything like that. I don't think it's good for you guys. I don't think it's good what's going on here. We hope everybody's okay in Canada. Obviously, big fires. We are far from it. So good luck, T's and P's. What a nightmare of a situation to kind of keep under control and everything like that. But this smoke coming in, seemingly getting more worse. Wild. And you're from Iowa. Does this happen normally in the Midwest?
No, not that I can remember. I mean, you obviously have people who do like burn brush and stuff like that, but nothing where it's like it is. I mean, like you said, like last week when we had it and then it went away, it was like, oh, okay, it's gone. It's done. We don't have to worry about this anymore. Last night when we left work, it was like, holy shit. I mean, getting to the point where, like I had to put sunglasses on just because it was making me sleepy almost. Like how dreary it was.
Well, you also were getting boozed up with
a little bit, but that didn't have as much to do with it. It was like, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to go away, but yeah, that is very startling when you look at it. And Dubai is the only place with worse air quality than us right now.
Yeah, it's in Dubai. All that money you spent to build a country in the middle of nowhere. Why don't they get some fans in?
Yeah, what are we doing?
The crazy part is about when I'm driving from Cincinnati, it's clear, and then like time I hit probably like where the casino is, that's when you can see the
shit starts.
It's crazy.
It's way worse than it was too.
Oh yeah,
driving back into the city and seeing the skyscrapers in there, it was completely.
Is it going to go over to New York?
I don't know, because remember the last time it was 2 days after when we had it bad the first time. 2 days
what they
later.
say, it was the wind in which the
weather. The wind just picked it up
for the first time ever. It was doing this is the new wind pattern that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying Mother Nature was answering Trudeau for what he did, and that's why he's starting everything in Canada.
All right,
that's just what I saw. And when it's believable.
That was a report on the internet?
Yeah.
Mother Nature said, she spoke?
It was from Mother Nature's Twitter account.
Sources close to Mother Nature said.
Say because Trudeau.
That Father Time and her had dinner. And over a nice Cabernet, they decided, enough with this.
Yeah.
Bingo.
You see what Trudeau was for Halloween? We're not letting that fly anymore.
Old man winter.
Smoke them out.
All right. Let's figure that out. Let's see if that's just got a heads up that Bucci thought it was a different hour than it is now.
What the Bucci?
Bucci, what's the deal?
Coast is in Nashville.
Yeah, text AQ actually. Let's do that. I mean, I don't know how that happens though, but I'm excited to see what life Bucci's living that whole thing takes place. All right, so we'll have AQ on here in a bit, I guess. Before we get to AQ and before we move on any further, the NFL community lost a guy who I got a chance to hang out with a couple different times and have some beer with, and was incredibly kind. And I think everybody that was posting about him last night, and obviously whenever somebody passes away, that is kind of a perspective putting moment for everybody, where you start examining your life, your thoughts, your grudges, your everything. And then obviously you think back to the time that you had with the person that passed away. I think that happens with public figures. I think it happens with friends. I think that happens with family, especially when somebody's 35 years old and they pass. So getting a chance to kind of hear everything that was said about Ryan Mallett yesterday from everybody, like echoed the same exact sentiment that I had. I was a fan of his. He was the number one recruit coming out of high school, goes to Michigan. Rich Rodriguez goes up to Michigan. He says, I don't think it's for me, dog. But Pat White was doing what he was doing with Steve Slayton. So he goes to Arkansas, has to sit a year, because back then if players transferred, they had to sit a year. Coaches transfer, they can coach immediately. Sure. Now, not saying there was any hypocritical anything going on at all, and the NCAA did that, but he sat out a year. He's an Arkansas legend from there, and I got a chance to meet him. Fucking cool dude. Like, incredibly kind. He's so fucking tall. Yeah. And we were in Arkansas, so everybody knew who he was nice to everybody, dapped up everybody, and I believe he and John Daly might have even sang a song together that particular evening. So it was cool to kind of meet him and know him. It was cool to see the reaction that he drew from everybody that he had met in his life. And it was obviously a moment where we all thought to ourselves, a dude who was in the NFL for 7 years, was in incredible shape, seemingly good guy, had good times, died at the age of 35, drowning in a riptide. And I assume that nobody thought whenever they went to the beach yesterday and got into the ocean that they were going to come back with one less person. So remember that whenever you wake up, that you had a chance to wake up. Like, I think we all kind of need these types of things to happen, because when these things happen, it kind of opens our eyes a bit to the petty bullshit or the negative thoughts about something or the negative mood about having to do something. It's like, you get to do something. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
And let's try to enjoy every fucking day. And not every day is great. I know that there's going to be times where life kicks you right in the balls. And I know there's going to be decisions that are completely out of your control that are going to halt you and slow you down and affect your life. But let's remember, if you can't control it, who gives a fuck?
Yep.
Let's keep it moving. So Ryan Mallett, rest in peace, buddy. Rest easy. Seemingly done good with your life, with everybody that you met. And also thank you for reminding us, like, this could all be gone at any time. And it's a shame, but also it's an eye-opening experience. We move on. The NFL now has also made, the NFLPA has made a decision. There is a brand new NFLPA executive director. Now, if you do recall, the NFLPA and DeMaurice Smith announced that they were going to have a new executive director. And seemingly every human that we have talked to, and I feel like we're pretty dialed in with the NFL, nobody had a clue who was being interviewed to replace, how this all came about, and when it was going to happen. Boom, it's happening today. Board of Player Representatives is pleased to announce that we've elected Lloyd Howe as the newest executive director of the NFLPA. So, obviously, we all know who Lloyd Howe is.
Yes, of course.
Lloyd Howe is a fucking dog. Okay, incredible negotiator. I assume every player that knew that this was going to be the guy. I assumed that there was no fuckery behind the scenes on how DeMaurice Smith steps down in a time where he didn't have to be another term limit, and somebody else kind of just comes in a week that nobody else really hears about. I'm sure there was no fuckery. I'm sure there was none of that at all, especially whenever you're talking about a union and decisions having to be made for everybody, but then really there's only a couple people. So I'm sure it'll be great. Good luck, Lloyd. If I were you, I would just immediately try to figure out how to get every ex-player insurance. Should be an easy deal to negotiate with any of the insurance companies that work with the NFL currently. That should have been something that should have been handled a long time ago, seemingly. But previous NFLPA people in charge actually said, we got to take care of ours in a meeting whenever some player asked about retired players' insurance forever. And there was a couple people that were like, yeah. And then all the vets were like, motherfucker, we're all going to be retired players. You're probably still going to be here, though. So there's a little bit of that where I don't really trust decisions that are being made from the previous NFLPA situation. Hopefully Lloyd Howe will be different and not just a guy that they pulled from their own and just going to do the same exact thing. Shell game, players are stupid. It's middle of summer. Let's get this vote over with. Yeah. Let's hope that's the case and the NFLPA didn't fuck this one up. Joining us now is a guy who I'm sure has some thoughts. He was in the NFL a long time, Super Bowl champion player and coach. This guy's almost Jackie Moon, doesn't have enough money to own a team, but he would perform at halftime if he had to. Currently training to fight Ryan Bader, right alongside Ryan Bader. NFL center, trainer, podcaster. AQ Shipley. Oh, studious. Wow. Are you high? Is that why you have glasses on? You doing me?
No, I'm just trying to see. I can't see shit anymore. I got to wear readers.
Oh, no. How old are you, dude?
Dude, it's bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got – as soon as I stopped playing football, I got old real quick. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at
Why's that happen?
Well, I don't know. That's like – your guy, Joe Paterno, he retired, he pooped his pants, he died.
Exactly.
We actually talked about him. We actually
1 year later.
Because Nick Saban told one of these recruits, I ain't done coaching until I'm croaked over. So not a bad bar. So maybe your life has just been so committed to football, your entire being was football, that when you retired, your body just kind of went into aftershock and didn't know what to do with itself. It's like, oh, we're gray, fat, and blind. Just like that. You know what I mean?
Fun.
What happened?
I think that's what happened. Is that why you're training with Bader? You're trying to reverse the father time thing? Because this video, I got to watch it again. They are punking you in there. Don't you think? They are bullying you in there. They're trying to make you die in there. You shouldn't be fucking with these guys. These guys are wrestlers.
What?
They do cardio literally their entire life. And they're like, hey, big fat slob who just said he got so old as soon as he retired, do 30 up downs with a 2-piece in between each. At the end of you're dead right there. And they're like, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, the good news is I trained with Aaron Simpson. He fought in the UFC too, so I do a lot of stuff with him too. And yesterday he was like, I just got to let you know, that thing you did, those up downs, are easily the worst thing we do in training too. I just want to let you know. So
Yeah, they're trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to kill you. Did you see that video out of the Everglades where that guy put his hand into the water to rinse it off after going fishing, and that pit bull shark grabbed his hand and flipped him in.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got attacked. Yeah, here he is. And the Florida people were like, please do not put your hands in the fucking Everglades.
Right.
Okay, let's not even, I didn't even know there were sharks. Got him.
Absurd.
Jeez.
Got him. Boom.
Get him out.
He moved very fast.
God.
So he had to go to the hospital. Obviously, he had a shark. He did survive, but like that's swimming around the Everglades alongside like alligators and snakes and everything. So let's stay away from that fucking part of town. But that guy's hand is like indicative of what I think you tried to do with this whole fight training. Like you just tried to get in there a little bit, and then they're grabbing you, pal, okay? And they're pulling your fucking ass in there. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
These people don't know. You can die in there.
I just tried to wet my whistle a little bit, and I mean, I'm full tilt dipstick all the way in right now. I mean, I'm deep. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are, aren't you?
Balls to the wall.
Look, dude, it's over there. Look, where's it at? Over here. There it is. See the little bag?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can we get one question mark kick? Can we get one question mark kick?
Just one?
Just one.
You can do it.
Yeah, come on.
Can't look like a 7 either.
With Crocs?
Well,
Should we
you
get
were-
with
Should be
Crocs?
easier.
Do they have gems on them? Or?
Okay, ready? So the question mark goes here.
All right.
Oh.
I think there was a glitch. It seemed like it was
Yeah,
upsetting.
You got to
Need to
go
see another
full
one.
speed.
Hey, it glitched. The thing froze.
When you stop
Let's
halfway
slow.
through.
Yep.
We lost you.
Oh,
We lost you.
you keep going out.
We lost you.
Am I back?
Yeah, I think.
Need to see another one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, yep, you're back.
Oh, AQ.
Hold on.
Just went out.
God damn it.
You out the camera.
AQ.
AQ.
All right, now I've realized you're fucking with me.
All right, let's dive in. Those great kicks.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, that last one really got up there. You're not that old. You look good, dude.
Yeah.
It just kept trying to get just an inch higher. That's all I was trying to get there.
I respect it. Okay, let's start talking about something that just took place, and I'm excited to get your take on it. How many years were you in the NFL?
12.
12. Pretty good little career there. I had 8, 14 over here. AJ, 12?
11,
Yeah,
12?
10, 11, 12 in there.
Whatever it is. I've yet to have a conversation with somebody that necessarily loves the NFLPA that has ever been around the NFL a long time. Did you hear about this whole DeMaurice Smith stepping down out of nowhere? Who is going to get voted in? Well, we're not telling anybody. And then bang, this morning, a guy named Lloyd Howe just stepped in there. Kind of, and this is in the middle of summer when everybody's away from their phones and away from their emails and away from anywhere near decision-making situations. It all seems like some real fuckery to me. What is your takeaway on the NFLPA if you just had any information on it at all?
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, like, I didn't even know this was happening, and then I saw the text this morning from Pac, and I'm like, where did this come? Who the hell's Lloyd Howe? How did this whole thing come about, and why did it happen so quick? As right in the dead time when nobody's even thinking about football, right?
Yeah, and as us retired players, like, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made by the NFLPA that affect everybody going forever. This seems like there's some real shits, AQ. This seems like there's some real, it just, you know what I mean? It
Smells like shit.
It does. 4th of July is next week or whatever, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, this is not a bad time to do something. 4th of July. Nobody really wants bad vibes. Nobody really wants to take too much time reading in and then debating with people. Who wants to do a debate right now in the middle of summer right before 4th of July on anything? Just feels all too coordinated for my liking. But J.C. Treader says, my pleasure to welcome Lloyd Howe as our new executive director. I am proud that our player leadership ran a professional, confidential search for players by the players. I know Lloyd will lead our union well into the future. All right, JC, if you got faith in them, we got faith in them.
That's good.
I like that you tried. If you tried to make it confidential, and that's why nobody heard shit about it, sweet. If nobody heard shit about it, though, because this was kind of, which obviously nobody would ever say the NFLPA would do that.
No, not possible.
They would never do that type of thing.
Who is this Lloyd Howe? Is he another lawyer? Is that the, like, I know nothing about this until you just posted his name right there.
This guy, he's good at it.
Genuine guy.
He's good at it. You know what I mean? Like
hard worker.
When he walks
good at what?
It, dude.
Working.
It's hard to describe it.
He went to Harvard.
Yeah, he's got Harvard, Ivy League stuff. He
has it.
Mr. Howe has served
Good
as
thing I got my readers on. This is good.
Member of the
what
board
is
of
this?
trustees.
This is General Electric? GE?
Yeah, GE Healthcare.
Mr. Howe has served as a member
34
of the
years
board.
at Booz Allen? Are you kidding me?
This guy ran Booz Allen, a
Holy
professional services
shit.
company. And Mr. Howe served as executive vice president of Booz Allen from October 2022 through December 2022. Okay, it was 2 months.
He serves on
It
the.
says Booz Allen with the transition to his retirement. During his more than 34 years of Booz Allen, Mr. Howe held over. So he got the job in October and he retired 2 months later?
It appears as if, yes.
Yeah, but
Been to the top of the mountain, hate the view.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
You know
Hate
how
it.
much he got done in those 2 months? Everyone was like, how's Madman? How's he doing all this at one time?
Mr. Howe has a bachelor's degree from the University of Pennsylvania and an MBA from Harvard. That's 2 Ivy Leagues.
Holy shit.
That's pretty sharp.
He serves as a member of the board of trustees for the University of Pennsylvania. Well, they have the Wharton School of Business there, right?
Yeah, and what?
Oh, that one really creates good business people.
Oh, yeah.
That one creates business people that go on a podcast and say, I'm a business person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they go on to just ruin the company and themselves.
Yeah. It has happened
That's
before.
recent.
Yeah.
Some of the best executives in the world, though, if Hal's coming there.
You're right. You're right. And he went to Harvard as well as a member of board oversees the University of Pennsylvania Engineering School and a member of the Washington Economics Club.
Ooh. It's an elite.
Like a chess club. Dude.
That's
You
an
should see
elite
the
club, though. They don't let anybody into that.
All right. Good luck out there, Lloyd.
Let's go, Lloyd.
Lloyd, we need lifetime health care. Can we make that happen?
Lloyd,
Please.
if you're worth the salt at all, one of these insurance companies that has $1 trillion and will only, and remember, every month they get more money.
Yep.
That's literally what insurance is.
Interesting.
Just a nonstop. And they all have deals with the NFL. Just pitch them. Legends, healthcare. People will do commercials for them.
Yeah.
You can alternate who it is. It's a feel-good story. You done good.
Good.
It's an easy thing, I think, to sell. Let's just do that. You know, AQ, let's just do that.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. And then also
Definitely need it.
go negotiate with Goodell and 32 billionaires lawyers.
Yep.
That guy. Good luck, Lloyd.
You got it, Lloyd.
Get him, Lloyd.
You can do this, Lloyd.
All right, let's talk about some football now. Leonard Fournette, still a free agent, almost died yesterday when his car caught on fire. Whenever you look at Leonard Fournette as the human and the player, we're happy he's alive.
Yep.
That would have been a devastating day in Florida yesterday for the NFL community if what could have happened to Leonard Fournette did happen to Leonard Fournette, where allegedly his car just caught fire while he was driving down the street, had to pull off to the side of the road. It would inevitably blow up and explode, and the entire thing would catch. That seems like quite a malfunction of the vehicle, but happy he sniffed it out, figured it out, and got out safe. He's a free agent. We're not even talking about him. Is he still playing football? Is he a guy you would take on your team? When you were teammates with him, what was your biggest takeaway from Leonard Fournette?
Yeah, I love Lenny. I think he's a great teammate. He's a great running back. And, I mean, he's one of those guys that if he gets in the right situation, like if you look at what he did with us in the playoffs, if you look at what he did when he was rolling in Jacksonville, he's a 240-pounder when he's in shape, a 250-pounder when he's just a little heavy.
He was on Good Morning Football. He looked 260.
Yeah.
He was big. He was big. He looked real. Because you said when you first saw him, he's fucking massive, though, too, right? Isn't he like a big
Dude, he's put together. He's like 6'1", 6'2". He's 250 and can run. I mean, he's got quick feet. He's obviously everything you're looking for in a running back. And if you get him in a downhill scheme and just let him get the ball, fucking run straight ahead, you're going to get +4, and that's all you're looking for in this league. There's plenty of teams in this league that aren't getting +4 on a consistent basis. This is a guy that can help any team right now that's looking to improve their run game.
Him, Zeke, Dalvin, Josh Jacobs, I guess, hasn't signed his franchise yet, but he would have to remain a Raider regardless by July 17th. Who's that? Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great running backs out there, bro. This whole the whole narrative about it, how do you feel about it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? You know who I think is partially to blame for this? Your guy, Shanahan and Artie Smith. So I think like with the schemes that are for the run game now and how leverage is being set up by these plays and they're taking advantage of the defenses as opposed to just maybe, they still got to be physical. They still got to kind of take away their will, but it's also the design set up. You can just put in, now Christian McCaffrey obviously became an absolute guy, but I think the narrative now is if you draw up the right run plays, you don't need one guy. You get 3 guys and fresh, you can run the plays as opposed to the player making the plays at the running back position. How do you feel about that?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And here's the reason why I hate it. Because listen, think about it. They had that scheme all along. And sure, the Niners scheme was great, but that run McCaffrey runs against Philly in the playoffs where he stopped for +1, bounces off, breaks one, stiff arms another, and then boom, he's off to the races for a 25-yard tud. That doesn't happen with the 3. It doesn't happen. I think teams are going to start realizing that real quick. I think when you cut a guy like Dalvin Cook, sure, Madison was fantastic in Minnesota. He's fantastic. But he was never a 1. He's always a 2, right? So, when you're a 2 and you're kind of like the guy that comes in and you're the change of pace guy and you come in midway through the series, defense is beat up and tired a little bit, you're going to look fantastic, right, in a good scheme. But now when you're called upon on first down, 1st and 10 from the -6 and you're backed up in your own end zone and you're called upon to be the guy, are you going to be the same guy? We'll find out. Who knows? Also, when you're asked to do it for 16, 17 games and asked to do it for 250-plus carries a year, are you going to be the same guy, right? So, if you want to go with a 3-horse race, sure, sometimes that might work. But I think at the end of the day, these special guys, the guys that have been special in this league for a long time, there's a reason they're special, and they can obviously improve and make schemes even better with what the person can do.
Yeah, and I do believe there's obviously an expiration date for everybody, but previous running backs who were special and then kind of fell off, I think are affecting the current crop. And then also those systems having good run games are potentially affecting it. And there's the long-term effect, I think, is what you're talking about. If you just do the 3, you're missing out on that whole thing. Dalvin Cook can absolutely still go.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's available right now, and Madison has a chance to be great. Tony Pollard, right? I mean, he did it. He was able to make the transition into being every down. We're not saying he can't, but it's Dalvin Cook was their off. The reason why I think Justin Jefferson and has all of the thing is because Dalvin Cook's in the backfield.
Yes.
Now, Madison's going to have to earn that same type of respect from defenses, and I assume he will. This is me not saying anything different. But damn, if you're a team that can pick up that respect in the box from one signing of a guy, that feels like an easy decision. Allegedly, he has multiple offers. That's depending upon which reports you want to read on the internet. Yeah. He's either mulling over multiple offers, or we know he at least has a Miami Dolphins offer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Darlington, who is an insider and a pundit, said that Dalvin Cook's coming to Miami. He lives here. He's coming to Miami. They made an offer. But then you hear other people say, why not the Jets? And then he'll like that tweet. Has his mind been made that he's going to Miami? He's waiting for a little bit of negotiation leverage to get more money? Or is he truly mulling over his options because he's a fucking game changer immediately and a fucking dog? To your point, Pac, it's wild he's on the market in my eyes, AQ.
And I'm watching these highlights right now. It's you watch this, and it's not like it looks like he's in year 13 and lost a step. He is fucking cruising still, cruising. And so when you look at this stuff and you start to weigh these options as GMs or front office people or scouts or whatever, and let's be honest, they all overanalyze everything and think the grass is always greener until it isn't, right? And then you sit here and you watch this stuff, and it's how is this guy still available? And not to mention, even if he does lose a step, these guys are such elite football players of this generation that they lose a step. what they've lost in a step, they've gained in experience and have become better football players even by losing a step. And that's what these people can't ever put a number on.
Yeah, because we remember your last couple of years. He was barely able to get off a ball.
Yeah, it was tough.
Good leverage. Go ahead, Pac.
I think out of all the running backs that we're talking about, Cook probably the only one that has for sure deals that's in place. And then you go back and talk about some of the other running backs. A lot of these running backs are premium running backs that some teams don't know if they want to share carries. Like Zeke. Like, I'm quite sure Zeke could probably get a job if he cool with only getting 10 carries a game.
You're thinking they're still holding out for a potential bigger influence on the offense?
From here.
Oh, really? I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
I just assumed these guys understood the deal now at this stage, when you're getting signed, how you're going to go about getting signed. But there's some guys that could remain free agents until training camp. Somebody gets hurt, and all of a sudden you are the guy. So I guess there's different ways to play it. But we on this show, big fans of run backs and offensive line.
That's right.
We've proved that, AQ. We have proved that. Ty has a question for you, pal.
Yeah, AQ, allegedly Matt Stafford had an injury very similar to yours in terms of like the bruised or spinal contusion. We know how bad their O-line was last year. That's why he got hurt. Like when you had your situation, did they tell you, is there like a level of severity to it? Like, I mean, they're expecting him to go out there and play like everything's okay. And we know, from your situation that it was like, hey, you have to retire today because if you get hit in the wrong spot there, like you could be paralyzed. Like, is his maybe not as serious, or like, do you actually see him playing a full season?
And why are you wrestling with Ryan Bader?
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. Yeah, I mean, I think there is some different levels to it, right? Like, I think, you can get it and not lose feeling, whole body. It also depends on what part of the cord, right? Like, if the higher up the cord, the more it affects the whole body. The lower down on the cord, it might just affect certain areas, right? And so he might have just got some tingling. He might have just got some, his canal, I guess, around the cord might not have been as close to the cord as mine. Maybe not taking as big of a kind of whiplash on it. But here's one great point you just brought up. His O-line wasn't great last year. I don't think they did a ton to get better.
Oh, boy.
You hating on them. They were terrible.
Yeah, bad.
So bad.
They were very bad. Because it was interesting after hearing that he had a similar injury to you, and I know it's not a glorious day in your football life, and it was certainly a sad situation when you were told that. But that day, whenever you kind of explained to me what the doctor had just told you about, like, there's a chance that if I get in a car crash that is a little bit too, there's a chance that something very bad could happen to me, like have to monitor. That's why the doctor told you immediately upon reading scans, like, yeah, you're never playing football again. Like, that is, with kind of cold too, right? Didn't he deliver the message, like, pretty cold?
Oh, yeah, it was just deliver the news. There was no human element to this whatsoever.
Yeah, just middle of the season, you're just
like a
starting
doctor.
for
Going
the
on a
Bucs.
run.
Tom Brady, quarterback behind you, just another quarterback that you have, touched your butt with.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Just
kind
the
of
hand.
really done the whole thing. And then you get told out of nowhere, boom, yeah, you're not playing football anymore. But also,
That's it.
car crashes, need to stay away from those because there's a chance. Let's not be wrestling around, horsing around. Let's not be doing anything really, is kind of how it was laid out to you. Now, I immediately heard that news and said, that's why I thought, like, you need to fucking pipe down all the time. Because at any moment, I could paralyze you. You just told me that. I don't want to do that. You're my friend. But, just know that that's there now. But that's why whenever the Stafford news, him coming back, I was so fucking surprised by it. Like, this is a really serious injury. His legacy, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, he did.
He's already a Hall of Famer. He got more money than the entire city of Detroit's, I think,
team.
like GDP maybe.
Oh, yeah,
Whenever
definitely.
he was drafted, old CBA. So he has filthy cash. He has commercial deals. I assume he's plugged in LA everywhere. His college roommate, 40 under 40.
Bingo.
I mean,
Huge.
in
Come
the
on.
business world, he has a Super Bowl. He's, so I think we were all very confused about, like, why is he even rolling the dice? But guy fucking loves football.
He does, lives for it.
Doesn't he, AQ? I mean, he just loves football.
I mean,
Raise it.
he's one of the few that just loves ball, apparently, right? Like, just loves ball. But, it's like you said, right? Like, I don't know why he's not. I mean, I guess there is I think the Peyton Manning thing, I think there's that surgery that can kind of correct it too. Because I did get told after the fact that, you could do the fusion, right?
Yeah, I had C3, C4. I asked him, why didn't you have the fusion too?
So they did give me that as like an option after the fact. They were like, hey, you can do this, but it's going to be, you're 34, going to be 35. You got 3 kids. You played 12 years. You won a Super Bowl. You made money. Do you really want to keep doing this? Like, do you want to wait a year for surgery and come back at 36? I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like,
not the right time.
Like,
you had that? You're the only.
I had C3, C4.
Well, you're the only non-quarterback that's come back from it, right?
Yeah. Slayton tried to come back from it. It ended up not fusing. I think after so many games, he ended up having it happen again. Yeah, me and Peyton the only one that I knew that's done had the surgery.
So Peyton, remember, he couldn't feel his fingers.
Yeah, had to wear gloves, right?
He couldn't feel his fingers, and this was during the lockout, and there was like $30 million bonus on the line with Andrew Luck sitting there and a brand new GM who painted over the walls with the new head coach, Chuck Pagano. So, that was quite a scene there developed. But I think they didn't know if he was going to be able to feel a football again because he couldn't get the feeling back in his fingers. So that's why he started wearing the gloves. He's allegedly. I don't think I've ever asked him directly. But then whenever he was with the Broncos, he was wearing a glove the entire time. Yep. And I think it's because I assume his hand got back all the way to not needing it. But there was a time, I guess, where he thought he couldn't fucking close his hand.
Like, he had the same thing, C3, C4, your thumb, all of these fingers tingle and numb. You can't feel these 3 right.
Jeez.
Yep.
And then once you
that's what I'm at. C2, C3, C3, C4.
Yeah, you can tell, too. Like, I mean, when I'm telling you it's tingling, like somebody hit your funny bone, and that's how I feel the whole time.
Damn.
And
so then after the surgery, it doesn't feel that way?
After the surgery, it took me, the first time, I felt it the whole time still. Then I had to take the bone from my hip. But, after 2 months, then I was like, damn, my finger's not tingling no more. I must be healing. Go back, look at the MRI. It finally had fused together.
How much off time?
It took me probably a year to get back.
Damn.
Jeez.
Wait, they took a bone from
Pat,
his hip?
Yeah.
Pat, did you have anything on your cord?
No, I didn't have nothing on my cord, thank God. Because that was the whole thing. They was like, something on your cord, you fucking not never playing again. I had the same situation.
Yeah, that's what happened
I go
to
in
me.
there, I'm
I had the bruise.
What's happening? He's like, well, first thing is you're not gonna play no more if you don't have a fusion. I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought I just, got dinged up. Like, no. Yeah, C3, C4 is touching your spine a little bit. We gotta go infuse 4 and 5 together, and you need to know this. In about 5 or 6 years, you're gonna have to fuse 5 and 6 too. So, yeah. And
what'd you do? You submarined into a tackle? That's how it happened?
No, the first time it happened, remember I told you James Harrison hit me. I caught a punt, and he hit me on the top of my head.
Oh, yeah, in Dallas.
In Dallas. And then the second time it happened, I just barely went up the touchdown. I had just scored a touchdown in Atlanta, and I just went up and barely touched the dude, and I was paralyzed for 10 minutes. I was like, yo, fuck this.
Damn.
It scared me.
Scared? Yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
The first time, family. I was only by the time they came out there, I was good. But I was paralyzed for I guess 3-4 minutes. But the second time it happened in Atlanta, I don't think I got my feeling back till I was halfway in the locker room on the stretcher.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. That's wild.
So not even a thumbs up thing off?
No, it wasn't no thumbs up. And it was a barely touch too. I had been hitting the shit out of people the whole game, and it was on never forget to play, a 2 jam, and I just barely went up and touched him. He didn't even hit me, and I'm
down. Are you still conscious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's even scarier.
Oh, no.
Hey, help!
I can't move. Hey, happy you're okay.
My boy, Pac.
Happy you're okay. Look at this. We got a couple spine neck situations here on the show.
Survivors.
That's why the Stafford stuff is so. How old are you?
The first time I was 23. The second time I was 27.
Okay, so year off, 29 coming back, 28 coming back, 29.
Yep, Pro Bowl.
Stafford is 36.
How old?
Still doing it, bro.
Just got an extension.
Roll me out on the field. That's how he was at Detroit, too.
Dude, and he got slaughtered in Detroit. I actually can't believe he's still playing because he got hit so hard so many times, but would still play in the games. He played injured all the time.
Yeah, he had a broken something. I forget. Maybe his arm?
Collarbone, I think.
Yeah, collarbone. I think he threw a touchdown with a broken collarbone, and then afterwards, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
There was just that play going around again where like he was super banged up. I think broke his thumb and had like some collapsed, had like a collapsed lung, maybe some broken ribs. He came back in for the last play and threw a touchdown, and they won. And he still just collapsed, laying on the turf, like didn't get up to go celebrate. One of his linemen had to pick him up and be like, "Hey, we won."
Yeah.
He's just a Texas fuck who loves football.
I will literally never forget that play. I think that was early in his career, and everyone in Michigan was like, "Yep, we got our guy for the next forever." And that's just how it was his entire career.
This was the shoulder one.
Yep, Browns, I knew it.
Yeah. Boom. Landed right on it.
That was one of those tackles that they're trying to change the rules about. If you land with all your weight on top of the quarterback, just get off the field, okay?
Yeah.
Don't need, Did we score?
Down to 10.
Gets back up, gets back on the field.
It's a legendary
I'm good.
clip.
I'm good.
Great clip.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Fuck off.
Here we go.
Back in. What do you need me to do? Oh, not run. No, of course not. Yeah. Bro. Oh, God, that hurts so bad. God. It's done. Don't touch me.
Calvin Johnson.
God.
But that's what's crazy.
He's old school, this guy.
Yeah.
But that's what's
So
crazy
old
is like you're not talking about a shoulder or something like it's legit. Like, hey, you can't out tough a fucking spinal cord injury. You get hit the wrong way with a bad O-line, like you could be in a wheelchair the rest of your life.
Let's pivot away from that particular conversation because it is a little negative. Hey, Stafford.
Let's go.
Tough guy, bro.
Yeah.
Good luck, Stafford.
Hell yeah.
You earned it.
We appreciate it, man. We do, because there's a lot of reasons why you would not have to be.
Yeah.
You're incredibly wealthy at this stage. You have all the accolades and connections that you could possibly need. And you just being like, pull me out behind that C-level, D-level offensive line.
I love it.
And just let me get my fucking shit kicked in.
Where's Cooper Kupp?
Excited for it. Hey, I love that you're doing it, though, dude. Much tougher than I am. Can't wait to watch him continue to spin this thing. Jason Kelsey says Jalen Hurts is still beating himself up about the Super Bowl loss. I think we like that, AQ. I think we like that he's still pissed about it.
You got to love it. I mean, that's the one thing they talk about all the time. It's such a cliche saying, but at the end of the day, there's only one team that confetti falls for, right? And so when that happens, you're sitting there, and anybody that's ever lost a Super Bowl, fortunately, I've never been a part of that. But
I have. Thanks for bringing it up.
They say it's pretty bad, right? I mean, all those members of that coaching staff I was with in Tampa, when they lost the Super Bowl to Green Bay, they all said, like, there's no worse feeling when that confetti falls and you're watching everybody else celebrate. You realize, like, you just went through 22 weeks of a grind to get here, to win it, and then now you just walk away with nothing.
Nothing.
Right? Like, there's nothing. And so, like, of course it's going to beat them up. You got to hope that drives them, that fires in them. Obviously, like, you can't sit there as if you're Jalen Hurts and just be like, hey, I just got the bag. I'm good. No, he wants to win Super Bowls, which is cool to see.
Yeah, I think it's a good trait to have, to be pissed off. I do believe there's been times where quarterbacks actually, like, after a Super Bowl loss, just, like, disappear for, like, 3-4 weeks. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear from anybody. I don't want to talk to him. Because the quarterback's obviously a massive focal point of the build of the 130 million people watching. So, like, you are literally the person that is taking the blame for the loss publicly. And also, you probably feel as if you let down the entire locker room, the entire organization, the entire city. It can be a real low point, I think, for guys. And that was the most devastated room I've ever walked into in my life. I've only gone to a few funerals. Okay, it's not really my favorite thing to do, but with close friends passing away, feel obligated to go pay my respects and kind of do that thing. But normally when you walk into funerals, there's certainly people that are negative, but then there's like stories being told, and there's a little bit of some sort of reunion feeling, like a little bit of, that locker room was the most negative room I'd ever walked into in my entire life with a group of people. Everybody, trainers, equipment managers, coaches, players, obviously, front office, everybody that has been around the NFL a lot longer than I had been. I was a rookie at that point. New. the opportunity that was there and how hard it is to get it back. Now, people think that the Patriots are just the norm, because the Patriots were able to do it for 20 years. That shit is not the norm. It is a devastating thing. So whenever I heard Kelsey talk about Jalen Hurts taking it hard, it's like everything I hear about this guy, I fucking love Jalen. He works his ass off in the weight room. I guess his teammates all just absolutely love him. And then on the field, he works. You can tell that he works. His arm was the big question mark going into last year, and then he became one of the most proficient passers in the NFL. It's like, I love everything I hear about him. Good for the Eagles. And if they would like to trade, no, we're good.
You got the guy.
Anthony Richardson,
you got your guy.
We got the guy. I don't want Josh Allen either.
Their O-line,
I don't want Josh Allen either. So if Bean comes on here again, I am not going to offer him anything to trade Josh Allen to the Indianapolis Colts. Nope. I'm good with Anthony Richardson. But that is, with how good Jalen is, like, that's why the Anthony Richardson dream is real, because it's like Steichen just had an immense amount of influence on what Jalen has become. But is Anthony what Jalen is off the field? And that's like, that's the big question mark, I think.
Well, I don't know. Jalen is special, man. From college, from all the stuff he went through, and then still go and perform at a high level like he did last year. I don't know if we could compare those two.
Well, listen, I'm just saying that's the hope is that he is. But this is just like when people, start saying this guy could be the next AQ Shipley. It's like, why? Because he's built the way he's built and his arms aren't as long?
Yeah.
Or does this guy have a barbed wire tattoo on his left arm?
Bald?
Because he's bald.
Does this guy have just an absolute dog mentality at all times in between his ears? That's the thing you can't judge. Jalen seems to have it all figured out. Speaking of in between the ears, there's a couple guys with some big things in between their ears that are causing some storylines. Boston Connor's question for you, AQ.
Yeah, AQ, obviously you've been through the ringer when it comes to fight camp. You trained with Bader. I believe you trained with multiple fighters, and all of them have said, listen, AQ Shipley could have been, a champion if he were of to dedicated his life early on to this. Now, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are going through camp right now. What do you think they're going through? What do you think they're kind of experiencing as they're rolling around on the mat? And do you have any, early favorites? Do you lean jiu-jitsu with Mark Zuckerberg, or do you lean the walrus Elon Musk style that he is supposed to be doing?
It's both splayed you so fast, dude.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, this is obviously going to be a majorly watched event if this happens.
Biggest of all time.
I mean, you have to lean Zuckerberg. I think, right? Like,
wow.
you have to.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I just saw a picture. I saw a picture of Elon like on a yacht the other day. Bad body. Bad.
Is that a bad body?
What's that?
He's tossing this guy around. Hey, let me put you in the fake
he looked
arm
better there than he did on that yacht. I will say that.
Standing next to
Who was that? Lex Friedman?
Yes.
I mean, Lex Friedman's a psychologist. What makes him like a fucking jiu-jitsu expert all of a sudden?
Listen, I didn't know who Lex Friedman was, but I don't know who he is. I don't know what he is. But I do know he's somehow Elon Musk's sparring partner.
Yeah.
I assumed he had some sort of expertise in something that involves fighting.
A smart guy.
He would have to.
Nope. He's a psychologist.
And he is wearing jeans. And I don't know. I don't know if Elon's taking his training as serious as Zuck, which might be an advantage. Might be an advantage.
I just saw a video, Zuck versus Lex Friedman in jiu-jitsu. So apparently Friedman's a guy, okay?
Oh, so this is Musk trolling
he's the guy.
Zuck. Got it, which is a Musk move
Yep.
since the beginning. Dana White's truly trying to make that fight happen, and why would he not? Could you imagine Sugar Sean on that card and a couple other young UFC stars? Now, granted, when we get to the main event of Facebook taking on Twitter, I don't know if anybody's going to be entertained by the fights, but if you're UFC who's promoting that fight, like, there's a chance to really build up some stars and kind of do your thing. I just hope that they don't embarrass themselves,
Which can definitely happen if we're talking about possibilities.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because if you put all the young stars on and, even some of the older studs like John Jones, and they put on a show.
They would not put John Jones on this card.
Not a chance.
Oh, just have him on his own?
Yes.
Because Sugar Sean now, he's the
I think he
headliner.
signed like a 7-fight deal, though. I think he signed like a big-time fight deal. So I think there'd be a way to pay Sugar Sean. The issue with John Jones is like the pay-per-view points and the buy points and everything.
Oh.
This one, they're donating
Charity,
all the
yeah.
charity money. So I don't know if I was actually trying to make the card the other day whenever I was trying to balance it, because if you're Dana, who's a very intelligent promoter, it's like, okay, we got some stars that we could potentially
build up.
build here with all the eyes we're going to have. Now, I'm not saying you throw in just some sack of bones in there
Yeah.
against your stars. But maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
they could have Chris Moutinho fight 8 guys. Sure.
We do not want Matinho on there.
No,
The
but
guy can't be knocked out.
True, true.
The guy
Good
actually
point.
cannot.
Guy's a zombie.
Bro, his face was
He's a
beating up
zombie,
hands.
the walking zombie.
That's unbelievable. I've never seen somebody utilize their face as a weapon more
Ever.
than that guy.
No.
He was like, oh, right hand, let me fucking eat it. Left hand, bang.
Doesn't even hurt.
Right hand, boom, pow, boom, pow, bang, pow. He landed, 400 shots or something on a guy's face.
Fake Sugar Sean broke both of his hands.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
That guy's face did more damage to Sugar Sean's hands than his face took from fists. I mean, he clearly was getting outclassed in the fight.
Sure.
the whole time.
Had no idea that you could fight back other than with your face, seemingly. But god damn, what a secret way. That could be a halftime performance at the NBA.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to line up 50 people to punch this guy in the face and then see if he gets knocked out. Hey, he survived another night, everybody. Give him a round of applause.
Yep.
To Moutinho. Thank you. And then he kind of stumbles off.
Give him a beer on his way out. He's good
Bingo.
to go.
It'd be
Hot
awesome.
dog.
He
That
should
was-
be in slap league. He would win every time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is the slap.
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
Get his ass in there. I seen 2 guys in wheelchairs boxing each other.
Yeah, with helmets on.
Helmets on. They had like full boxing helmets
Yeah.
on, full boxing gloves on. I think they had the wheels taped to each other. And it was like slap league, but they were boxing each other.
Sick.
I'll tell you what, I saw a
Entertaining?
14-piece combo from the guy in the closest wheelchair.
Yep.
He never stopped punching. That's
right.
And it was like, that feels like the right move. Because the other guy was trying to dodge. He's like, the flurry has to stop at some point. And it just didn't.
Yeah.
It just didn't stop.
Death by volume.
That's not a bad play.
Don't want to
at
see
all.
that guy in a phone booth.
So slap thing, it's just like, that's Moutinho's sport. Last question here for you, AQ. Turn dig.
Yeah, AQ, we know there's 2 types of offensive linemen. There's the offensive linemen who, they eat one thing and they gain 10 pounds, and there's the offensive linemen that have to eat 20 things to gain 5 pounds and maintain weight. The offensive linemen that eat one thing and gain 10 pounds, I'm not saying you're in that category, but you might be, so that's why I'm asking you this. Can you guys even enjoy this time between minicamp and the training camp? Like, can you guys even go on vacation? Because you let 2 or 3 days go, and that's a slippery slope, my friend.
And can you also talk about some of the tactics you use to lose weight? Thank you. We'll let you answer.
Yeah, so I was the guy that had no issue keeping the weight on. That's why it's a constant grind trying to get it off right now. But there is the crew, like I think like the Pouncey brothers, like they could eat whatever they wanted just to like stay at like 300, right? Like that was their whole thing. But to answer your question, right? Like when you finish the season and you have all that time before OTAs, you can take that month or 2, kind of get out of shape, party, do your thing, right? And then work your way back into shape. And then even when you get back into shape, even if you don't get in the best shape, you still have 12 more weeks till minicamp to kind of work your way back into shape. This is such a short break, and I think people don't realize it enough because here's the deal. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that you get out of shape during the off-season program, but listen, football is the main priority. So when it comes to lifting, when it comes to running, when it comes to getting your body into fighting shape, you kind of get a little bit out of that because the focus becomes football and you put yourself solely focused on the football product you're putting on tape, especially if you're a guy that's not a $10 million a year guy, right? Like the guy that's trying to grind to make the team, or even if you're a middle of the roster guy, right? But the minute this mini camp ends, you got to get right back into it. Like that is the last time you can put yourself in a position to feel the best you're ever going to feel for the next 8 months. Because the minute a week into training camp, you're jet lagged, your body feels like shit. You're already starting the soft tissues, the nagging injuries. Now your fucking head hurts for the next 6 months. Your shoulder hurts, your leg hurts, everything's kind of hurting, right? So you have to do everything you can to build the armor up per se going into training camp. And so that's what these guys do. I mean, yeah, you can take the 4th, you can take a quick little, week trip if you want, but that's about it, man. These 5 weeks are crucial. Pac, you know it. I mean, it's crucial.
It's the only time it matters really coming up. OTAs do not fucking matter at all.
Nobody fucking gives a fuck about OTAs.
Hey, he was good in OTAs.
OTAs? What?
You remember how good he was at OTAs? Yeah, and then first day of camp, this guy sucks. It's like, you can ruin everything that happened in the offseason first day of camp. I've seen people do it. I've actually, holy hell, this guy was going to be a star for us. First day of camp, fat, out of shape.
Gotta be.
Failed test.
Yeah.
And now
40 tests, can't complete fucking 10 40s or 10, 20 yards for the big linemen.
bingo. This guy ain't. Now this guy's not even on our team anymore.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, but he was the guy in April. What is it's like, man, don't fucking matter who he was then. That is something to think about.
And this is a crazy take, and some people I think will agree with me, especially on the offensive line, defensive line stuff, right? So everything in OTAs and minicamp is so competitive based. Like, it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what it looks like. All these coaches are preaching, win the drill, win the drill, win the drill, right? So, like, that's what it all becomes. But here's the deal. You're playing in fucking shorts and a T-shirt. Your jersey's baggy as hell, which it's not whenever you play in the game. Your shit's taped to your shoulder pads. It's tight as hell. These guys can't grab everything. I almost felt during OTAs and minicamp, I became worse technically as a football player because I was trying to win the drill. All I cared about was not letting some fucking young D lineman ragdoll and grab me and throw me because my jersey's loose. So, like, all I was trying to do was just to win the drill. So then I spend these next 5-6 weeks honing in on technique so that when I go back for training camp to get fucking better as a football player.
Yeah, I love that. And can you just quickly talk about some of your techniques to lose weight whenever weigh-ins happen every single week, because you are a guy that sniffs a lasagna and gains 2 pounds?
Yeah, so I had some good ones, especially during the season, especially, come Friday weigh-in season when you had to be a certain weight or you'd get fined for being overweight, man. Oh, I had the good ones. I had the saunas, which I still got right behind me over there. I have we definitely get the hot tub. You get the hot tub all the way down to the neck. You get the sweats. You can bury yourself, put the towels on, make it even hot. All the fighter techniques, learning this from Bader and those guys, right? Then the good one, the most important one, especially after a Thursday night buffet and the O-line dinners, you go to Walgreens, you go to CVS, you grab the magnesium citrate bottle, chug the shit out of this thing, and then you spend the next 15 hours dehydrating, shitting yourself every fucking chance you get for the next 12 hours.
But you don't get fined.
But guess what? You get under 315 pounds at all costs.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell yeah.
That's right. I see AQ a couple of those mornings where he's weighing in and looks exhausted. Bro, you look like shit, dude. What are you okay? I didn't sleep at all
Hey,
last night.
Pat, can you bring a couple more bottles of water to practice? I'm going to need to hydrate.
Dude, you look so
$69 per pound that you're over.
Productive when you have a game on Sunday.
$469 per
Damn.
pound. We had a player that was over on our team like for, I want to say, 6 to 7 weeks. 20, it was like 25 or 30 pounds over. He was getting fined every week.
Did not care.
Did not care.
Hey, I ain't, listen,
He did care. But, come in camp, overweight, then you have an injury, then you still got to weigh in. Shit, they ain't worrying about it. You still got to weigh in. This is your weight.
Jeez Louise.
They put him on the bike. He's going to practice.
Yeah.
He's on the bike beforehand. He's practicing. He's on the bike after. That's real good. Like, let's just fucking kill the guy and then go make him play.
Yeah,
That's not smart.
It's certainly an interesting thing. There were some guys that tried to do the thumb on the scale or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That was quite a play. I mean, the first time I saw somebody try to do that with a human looking at them, I was like, this motherfucker's desperate right here. Like, I hope he pulls it off, though. And then all of a sudden, obviously, he's over by 7 or 8 pounds. And he's like, you have until, 8 a.m. to weigh in again if you'd like to go figure out how to maybe drop a pound or 2 if you got to do it. That was a real anxiety for some people.
Yeah.
That's why when I showed up at camp, I had to be the heaviest I could be.
Yep.
So that sets the number.
Exactly.
For the rest of the season. So I got to be under 235, you got it.
No problem.
I got to be under 233, you got it. No problem at all. But then as soon as that season's over, I'm 270. Hey, Q, we appreciate the hell out of you, buddy. Have an incredible day. You over there in Arizona?
Over in Arizona, today's an off day from training Hainsey. It's good. We're going to go for a little bike ride, get a little sweat, get a little movement going. That's about it.
Nice. Keep getting after it over there. Arizona's such a beautiful place, as are you, ladies and gentlemen. AQ Shipley.
Hey, AQ.
Let's get to a break. On the other side, we got AJ Hawk. We got Bucci.
Bucci.
Bucci Gross.
Let's go.
He's a hockey guy, ESPN.
That's right.
Well, he thought Central.
Yeah, because he's in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And Indy's close to Nashville.
It is.
Indy should probably be in Central Time.
Yeah, it's a-
But we're not.
That.
We're the furthest left on Eastern Standard
Kind of
Time.
nice.
Which is awesome.
It is nice.
Summer solstice is until 11 p.m. We got the sun out.
So sick.
It's like Alaska. And there's places in Alaska you got 24 hours on, 24 hours
Yep.
off.
That's right.
Indiana feels like there's times where you have no darkness outside. But for every action, There's an equal and opposite reaction. There are some days over here on the westernmost point of the Eastern Standard Time Zone where you don't see the sun for more than an hour and 10 minutes.
If you're lucky.
It is a depressing time.
Yeah.
Winter's tough.
That's why we got to enjoy these other sides, but we got this fucking
I was
smoke.
going to say, they make you high. You can't even enjoy it.
And daylight savings time kind of going out the window now. I think the sun won't be setting at like 4:15 anymore.
That's good news, but I'll tell you what, whenever it starts coming at like 9 a.m., remember that?
Oh, yeah.
There's
It's
days
also
where the
tough.
sun ain't even coming up till like 9. It's like, damn. Granted, I feel like an adult because I'm waking up when the sun isn't out. But also, can the sun fucking show up when it's supposed to?
Need you.
Because the sun's supposed to come out tomorrow.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Well, now it's a riddle part of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, what's always on its way but never going to arrive?
Tomorrow.
We got a sneak peek of Mission Impossible last night. We'll talk about that on the other side,
Hell yeah.
obviously, and more. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
5.
He's the new head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, one of the magic minds behind the Philadelphia Eagles' incredible run and offense last year, Coach Shane Steichen. Coach, how are you, pal?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Now that you're getting a chance to kind of shape a team for the first time in your complete vision, is there a way you're asking questions of people? Is there something you're looking for a player?
I just want guys that love ball, guys that are just football guys. I mean, those guys that are really love the game of football, those are the guys that have a lot of success in this league. And high character guys, the guys that I've been around, been fortunate enough to been around. One, they're really talented players, but really good people and do it the right way. Those guys that stick around for 10 plus years, they all kind of have that trait in common. If we can find that as coaches and as scouts and get those guys in our building, I think you got a chance to have a really good team.
You love ball, normally do more work because you're enjoying it. If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Well, that also accounts for like extra reps, extra jugs machine, extra recovery, extra rehab. It's like that one thing helps out so much other shit if they love the game.
Yeah, there's no question. I will say that's one of the questions I do ask all these players. I want to know their weekly process. I want to know these college guys, their Sunday, they play on a Saturday. I want to know their Sunday through Friday, what they do to prepare to get ready. From every detail, when they come in the building, when they leave, how they watch tape, how they break it down, when they work out.
You can tell from that answer, I think, quickly, right, whether or not they love what they're doing.
Some guys are a little more detailed than others. Is it the end-all, be-all to what I think about a guy? No, but I think it plays a part into how much they love football.
Guys that play a long time all watch film. That's what I've learned.
When I got hired, guys heard me say this, my philosophy is, we're going to throw to score points and run to win. That's part of it, but again, the flow of the game is going to dictate that. You could still be explosive running the football. You can create those explosive plays. The flow of the game will dictate how the game is called and how we're playing.
Throw to score points, run to win. You got bars, bro. What has it been like knowing that this is your first year going into a draft? And there's a lot that is kind of on the line at the most crucial position on the entire team.
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of conversations. They're still ongoing. We're 6 days away from this thing, and, people always ask, like, who you guys taking? Well, we'll find out when the draft comes. There's going to be a lot of moving parts that happen in that draft, but we're just trying to find the best players that are going to give us the best chance to win. That's it. People say, what type of quarterback you want? I want the guy that's going to give us the best chance to win.
How do you find that out? Is it workouts? Is it questions? What about this S2 thing? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot about different tests, different things. We take everything into account. Not tests, but obviously who the person is, what he's like, personality, his traits, how he is around the building with his players. And obviously the tape speaks for itself, on a lot of these guys. And a lot of these guys have talent that they can play really good football. So it'll be interesting come Thursday.
Let's go.
Definitely the biggest and best game to date this particular NFL season was the Minnesota Vikings traveling up to Buffalo. Patrick Peterson putting the game away with an interception. I believe Josh Allen's like 0 for 4 in his last 4 overtime games. Not great. But here in the end, 2nd and 10, minute 15 left, down 3. Josh Allen throws a pick to Patrick Peterson going into the game. We didn't know if Josh Allen was going to be playing or not. He looked healthy to me. He looked like he was able to throw the ball. He got hurt when he was trying to punch out a terrible interception from the other team. I guess he got re-hurt, but he went back on the field. The fumble at the goal line at the very end of the game is obviously nightmare fuel forever. Chris Sims kind of apparently said that the center maybe had a bad snap. It's always interesting to see whose fault it was, because who knows? But nonetheless, in a gotta-have-it situation, the Vikings get a touchdown on the defensive side of the ball after Kirk Cousins gets stopped on a goal line stand by the Buffalo Bills, in which the Buffalo Bills defense was supposed to put a picture of it on the fucking wall in the building, where they had 2 tries from a fucking inch line and did not not make it in. Instead, Vikings get a touchdown on a bobbled exchange. Shout out to AQ Shipley and Drew Stanton. Then Josh Allen goes right down the field. Now, Gabe Davis's catch, allegedly, Walt Anderson says, not an actual catch. We should have stopped it and reviewed it. Yeah, you should have. You're the only people that can do it in under 2 minutes. Why is that a thing? Bill Belichick's asking a question. We're all echoing the same sentiment. Can't have this happen, especially in the biggest game of the year. The Vikings and the Bills, two wagons playing each other. The Vikings are very new to being the team in the NFC North, but the entire country needs to recognize that they are the team in the NFC North and a problem. This can't happen. Obviously, Walt Anderson said this is an incompletion and they would have overturned it. And who knows what happens on third down. Will the Bills get in? Who knows? Vikings get stopped with like 40-some seconds left at the goal line, staying there. Damn. What a win for the Bills. Yeah, 48 seconds left. What a win for the Buffalo Bills. And then a Colts game starting at the same time.
Yeah.
So I flip over to the Colts game at that time. Other TV has Red Zone on it. All of a sudden, they're back there again with the Vikings thing. I'm like, holy shit. I think the world just has to recognize that this is a new Vikings team. This is not the old Vikings team. This is a new Vikings team. And I think a lot of it revolves around Justin Jefferson is different. Everybody knows he's different. Defenses look to guard him different. 193 yards yesterday and a ton, including this 4th and 18 catch that is going to go down as a catch of the year. Even with Diggs' catch earlier in this game, Justin Jefferson taking that thing right out of Lewis's hands and then somehow keeping it off the ground there, into his stomach. 4th and 18, got to have it down for it. I mean, what a play, what a game. This dude's different, AJ. This dude is different, and it's awesome to watch. The guy that didn't even stop after just Deboing your head coach, well, let's get him the fuck out of the building. I mean, unless he just hates McVay, which we need to maybe look into a little bit more. I'm sure he wouldn't not know that that happened. Maybe he was trying to get as far away from it as possible. But whenever he didn't stop, I thought to myself, whoa, are the Rams?
What the hell's going on here?
What's going on with the Rams?
Oh, they're dead.
That's a head coach who just got blown up and nobody even stopped to see if he was okay, aside from a couple coaches. The guy that hit him just keeps on fucking jogging on the field, not even a, oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Not even one of those guys.
He couldn't have known. He couldn't have known it was a head coach.
If that happens on the field, they're pulling Sean into the blue tent. Hey, are you sure you're okay? I mean, you didn't fall, you didn't drop the ball. You just got hit right on the button that we're talking about. Sean McVay eats it, spits it out, puts the headset back on. Thought his commentating career was in jeopardy.
Sure.
He's allegedly been offered $15 to $20 million to go into the booth, which I think we're going to see a lot sooner than later with how this whole Rams thing is going. Bounces back, calls arrested again. Now they lose. They are not good. But he's a tough son of a bitch. I think we all need to start recognizing that a little bit more about McVay.
Can you imagine how fucking sore he is today? He's eating out of a straw for the next week.
Probably still play safety, but we did see something today.
Yeah, I don't know if he could still play safety just because, I happened to catch a pass against him.
It wasn't a moss.
Whoa,
it was not a moss.
I did. I had to reach over him a little and snag it out of his hand.
Do we have a video? You just caught a ball on Adam Pac-Man Jones. How do you feel, Connor?
Pretty good. Looking back on it now, probably should have been the 6th overall pick in the 2006 NFL draft, but that was him, and I caught a pass on him, so I'm shaking. I mean, I can't believe that just happened.
Pac, a man who has obviously never really played a sport competitively past high school, just caught a ball on you. Your thoughts?
Fake moss.
Now that it's 1-1, we'll stop it.
Somebody got to win.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this AQ Eyes High, but so are the vibes. Wednesday, June 28, 2023. Hour 2 of the program starts right now. Sports are happening. We got the NHL draft tonight. We'll talk to Bucci in about 5-6 minutes or so about the vibe in Nashville. Can't wait to hear the stories about what the next generation of the NHL is going to look like.
Yep.
Baseball is happening. The Toxic Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, and at Boston Connor's Mullet. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. 14-year NFL vet Pac-Man Jones is here. And joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, a Ryder Cup winner, but the team did lose to Europe.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
But he's the president of Ohio currently.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, COVID survivor, father of 10, AJ Hall. AJ, how you doing on this beautiful day? How's the AQI over there in Ohio?
AQI is pretty high. It's not nearly as high as you guys have over there in Indy, though. How you doing? You okay? You able to do the show?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't come in and say, well, your baby lung's not okay. Well, that's what you said the last time.
No, it's real. It's real. I get it. I understand.
Well, the reason why you were talking the way you were talking and the way we were talking about it the last time is because it's never fucking happened before. So I don't fully comprehend how this is taking place, why this is taking place. We would like to send positive vibes to those who are closer to the fire than obviously we are. But goddamn, this is our summer. Can we please get some clear skies? We'd like to be able to see downtown, see the lake. Think about what Indianapolis is right now. We got about a 500-yard visibility thing. Dubai is 359.
Damn.
I mean, it's way worse somehow over there. I thought they spent all the money to build up the perfect country in the perfect place. They don't have fans up there to blow smoke out. I'm worried about all these people's lungs, more specifically ours, because we're in the middle of it right now. But we hope everybody's okay, and we hope that this won't happen again.
Yeah.
We do fear it will.
I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it's a one-time thing.
That'd be cool. Like people dying.
Joining us now is a guy who just sandbagged the shit out of a golf course called the Oakmont in Eastern Hills of Pittsburgh. A guy who we had to bet $1,000 on a donation to charity if he was able to shoot an 82.5 or lower at Oakmont, which is one of the hardest courses in the world, home of the U.S. Open. He just got done with his round live from the property. Dahn Orlovsky. Dan, you look spent, pal. Long day on the course. How was it this morning at Oakmont?
It was awesome. This place is amazing. To my knowledge, all right. So this is. I want to fill you in on all the accurate details of the morning. Okay, it rained for the last 24 to 36 hours here. Did not rain during our round.
Welcome to Pittsburgh.
So I was told played way easier. I asked the member that we were playing with if Oakmont is a 10 normally, difficulty, what was today? He said a 3. That's what I texted you. Much easier. There were 3 holes that were under construction. I shot 82.
Well,
I mean, playing as a 3, it's normally a 10?
Come on.
I mean, think about how embarrassed that Yinzer was to host
Did you play
this
those
guy.
3 holes under construction? Did you actually play them?
Yeah, you play them. You just the tee boxes were moved up to different locations.
I like the way Chuck plays. What's that?
How about me having integrity and telling you? I could have very easily did it, but I want to tell you the truth.
Stand up.
Well, thank you. You got an 82. The over-under was 82.5. Feels like there's maybe a little.
Yeah, we wanted it to be 80.
You guys put everything out? You put everything out, too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you?
18 balls into 18 holes today in Oakmont.
Yeah.
Not even.
But again, I was told that the greens weren't nearly as difficult today as they would have been if it was dry.
All right.
I've
been doing a lot of burying of you through this. We should be proud.
Yeah.
Great round.
All right.
Well done, Dan.
Great round, Dan. We're very proud of you.
I feel, how about we say 500 for each to a charity, because I don't think the course was playing as hard as it normally does.
Okay, sounds good. 1,000. We'll both donate 1,000.
That's what it should
That'll
be.
be perfect. Yep, for the people.
That's
to make
right.
the world a better place. Do something there around Oakmont, too. Maybe drive over about 20 minutes and go to Plum High School and just take out all the money in your wallet and drop it right into somebody's lap.
Give it back.
There's also a beautiful Sheets right across the road.
What high school? What high school's on the way to the airport?
It's not on the way to the airport, but Plum High School. Just go stop by Plum High School. It's where the ballers ball players play. Take all the money out of your pocket, you and your little yup friends, and put all the money in the parking lot. Everybody, it'll get handled from there. Okay, everything will be okay. I'm happy you're having a good time. Great round. We'll donate 1,000. We hope you do as well. Way to represent out there, ladies and gentlemen. Dahn Orlovsky.
There you go, Dan.
Guy's a fucking player.
Yeah, I mean, he has a 6 handicap. We wanted it to be 80. And he said, no, 82 because it's a hard course. And it turns out it's not a hard course.
Yeah, it turns out it was just Oakmont East, which used to be the public course that was right next to Oakmont. He's a good guy, though, huh? Told us the truth.
Probably a couple foot wedges, probably fluffing a little bit.
Couple gimmies.
There's no way he put all 18. There had to be one where it was right next to the hole, probably would have made it, but it was a gimme. He didn't put it.
Well, to be clear, I would have gave it to him.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Let's go.
Nothing wrong with it, but he might be lying.
How about, do you remember Darius Butler was like offended these people were giving him putts?
Yeah.
Why are these people telling me to?
I like it.
Three
Get your
months
real
from
score.
now,
Let's
he
get a
is-
real score.
Yeah, well, if they're going to give it to you, though, that is my real score. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're gambling with them and they want to give it to you, but if it's something like off the course that it has going on, like you should put it out.
How's your game? You feeling good right now about your game going into over 2 weeks out?
I feel great. Always feel great about my game. You know I'm very positive about my golf game.
Hell yeah, me too, buddy. I'm at the point where I'm just feeling it. You know what I mean?
I'm a straight feel player. All feel and instincts. That's all it is.
Me too, dude. And this putter right here, making putts.
Look out.
Making
Ooh,
putts.
yeah, you're full PXG guy. No, man. Look at that fat grip you put on there, too.
Well, it came with the fat grip, actually. So they knew I needed it. I want to take the little muscles out, only use the big muscles. You know what I mean? And then the lineup of the ball. This guy's name was Alex Elliott, I believe, was the person that has taught me on Instagram these little things. The lineup of the ball with the line
Sideways.
parallel
Yeah.
with your putter as opposed to perpendicular with your putter has been a real game changer. Because if I line that fucker up with where it's supposed to go, all I got to do is hit it square. If I hit it square, at least I know it's going in the right direction.
Yep.
My biggest fear was like, if that little fucker is just a little bit off, how do I know if you know what I mean?
Just that easy. It's that easy, man.
What's that, pal?
It's that easy. That's all you have to do.
No, I mean, there's obviously a weight thing, and Tahoe's greens are a fucking joke. You might as well put on a kitchen floor.
Got the green book, though.
I mean, you might as well do that whole thing. But at least I got it going in a direction in which I'm confident. I've never felt that before putting.
That's all putting is. It's confidence, don't you think? That's all putting is. Like, yep, I'm draining this one wherever I'm at.
Somebody called Aaron Rodgers the best putter they've ever seen the other day. Who was it?
When he gets it rolling, he can drain everything.
Well, you remember in that match, he fucking buried a 30-some footer left to right to win it when it was dark out, and he had to feel,
Incredible.
he had to feel
Unbelievable.
so good, dude. On the last hole, fist pump in there, pick it up. Because he had
When's that coming up? Isn't it? Is it tomorrow? When's the match? The next one?
Yeah, speaking of, we have Steph Curry on the show tomorrow.
Here we go.
Yeah, Steph Curry on the show tomorrow, and on the show right now, absolute legend, a man who's been at ESPN since 1996. Long time on television. Obviously, he's electrifying. I do believe he enjoys a chicken parmesan or two, and also the sport of hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe he's live in Nashville, the home of the NHL draft this evening. John Bucci.
Yeah, Bucci!
We're live.
Hey, you look awesome, dude. You look sweet. I didn't know you were all tatted up down there.
Neither did I.
I wanted the introduction to include I was born in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Where was that?
So we looked that up. You are a Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah.
I believe you moved out. You were a hockey player too growing up, right? And you used to sneak into the igloo to watch Penguins games as a kid, and that's what kind of spurred your love of hockey. Is that accurate?
Did that once. Might have taken the car at age 15 and driven to Pittsburgh, allegedly, with a couple of buddies, Gibby and Steve, and bought one ticket from a scalper, gave it to another dude. He walked around the perimeter of the arena, which used to be all glass pad. You could see through it inside. And he kept going, keep moving, and he let us in the door, and we snuck in and watched the Minnesota North Stars and Mario.
Hell yeah. Yarmer on there, Ron Francis, Tommy Barrasso, who just got into the Hall of Fame, probably in between the pipes. I mean, tonight's a big night for the NHL. I can't get past how fucking good you look right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
seriously.
Hey, you look really good, dude. Like,
It's chicken parm, it's push-ups, maybe
Tats.
a little makeup.
no, you're not putting it on your chest. Look at those
way.
tats. Did we
Probably
know
not. No.
the Bucci was tatted up?
Tan.
I have no idea. I mean, you.
I'm also the best putter on the show right now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Believe it.
yeah.
So you grew up playing golf, and then how'd you?
I
Go ahead.
grew up playing everything: baseball, football, basketball, golf. Indiana, Pennsylvania. Then I moved to Steubenville when I was 11. So always within an hour of Pittsburgh. Steelers season ticket holder my dad was since the mid 60s in Forbes Field and Pitt Stadium. And then I grew up with all those Steeler teams. My age is the same age as the Super Bowl. So whenever Super Bowl was next, I know what Super Bowl is next because I should know what my next birthday is. So the Steelers won in 9, 10, 13, 14. That's a pretty impressionable thing as a kid, right? Growing up, your team wins the Super Bowl at age 9, 10, 13, 14. Become a sports fan for life. And then ESPN became the dream. And here I am.
Hell yeah, and you're crushing it. So you're 50.
7.
Yeah, I was 56 last year. Wow.
I'm a 1966 birth year, as the
Holy
hockey parents
shit.
say.
This is
My
what
kid's a
57
92.
looks like? This is what
Okay.
57 looks like? Yeah. Oh, I did not
It
know.
can, Pat. It can. You got to make the right choices early enough because you can't play catch up in this game of life, baby.
I think there was a birthday that I had, and we had not met. Obviously, we had known each other. and everybody's tweet was like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Your tweet was, damn, you're only 31 years old. You need to stop eating carbs. It was one of the greatest tweets I've ever read in my life. I laughed so, I was scrolling, everybody, so nice, so nice, so nice. Damn, you're only 31? I was like, fuck, Bucci, just absolutely buried. Go ahead.
Don't start drinking bourbon until you're 50. I love the brown, but I didn't start till I was 50. So now it's a free pass.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for my skin complexion. I have started as of very recently. I enjoyed it. I put down the beer, though. So now I'm just whiskey.
No, can't do beer. Beer's an ager. Nothing will age you like beer.
Okay, so
nothing.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what.
So you're good.
All right, let's talk about aging, though. Connor Bedard, this guy's supposed to be the next one, Bucci. They're talking about generational players. And I know the NHL draft every single year has somebody that obviously most American sports fans have never heard about who's going to be a guy. It's different this year with this kid, though, huh? He's supposed to be the real deal.
Absolutely. He's not Connor McDavid in terms of acceleration and speed, like a great running back in football, Gale Sayers, Barry Sanders. Pick those electrifying players. That's Connor McDavid. Connor Bedard's different. He's a little guy, 5'10", 185. But he's got quads, he's got delts, strong kid. He's a great shooter. Like Steph Curry's undersized and skinny, but he's a great shooter. The most important thing in basketball is obviously scoring baskets. In hockey, it's scoring goals. And this guy's a pure goal scorer. His release, his shot, I think he's going to get 700 in his career. I think he's going to walk into the league. I think the over-under would be like 35 and a half for goals, I think, next year as a rookie. I think he's that good. I think he'll come in and score right away.
That's awesome to hear for the NHL. And he's going to Chicago, big city. Go ahead, AJ. Let's go.
Hey,
right.
after Bedard goes, do we see any like fireworks, anything crazy going to happen, or is it kind of slotted? Like, what do you think is going to happen 2 through 6 or whatever?
Yeah, it's unpredictable. It's kind of fun. The most important position in hockey is the center. He has to play 200 feet by 85 feet. That's the dimensions of an NHL ring, 200 feet long, 85 feet across. He's got to play that whole ice. And after Bedard, there's 3 pure centers. Adam Fantilli goes to Michigan. He won the Hobie Baker Best College Player, Heisman Trophy for college hockey. Then Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Boston College, is shooting up the charts. He's going to Boston College in the fall to play college hockey for a year. He could go to Anaheim. Then Leo Carlsson, one of those big Swedish dudes who's probably like Anze Kopitar, just a solid, maybe not an ultra flashy superstar, but money in the bank, 6'3", 200-pound center who can do everything, the kind of guys you win with in the playoffs. So Fantilli, Smith, and Carlson, nobody knows, though, the order. And then there's this Russian dude, Matvey Michkov. He's like this big mystery. In the age of sports now, there's very few mysteries, right? Anymore. Like when I grew up and you grew up, Pat, remember Marcus Dupree? Yes. He was like this weird VHS home video running back that's supposedly as big as a Ford F-150 and can run a 4.2, and we didn't see him. And so most people, though, we see them on YouTube and everywhere. But this Matvey Michkov is Russian. No, he doesn't talk to anybody. Obviously, what's going on in Russia. And so people think he's the second best after Bedard, but they're afraid to take him because he's got to play in the KHL for 3 years. It reminds people of Yager. When Yager told every team, I'm not going to sign, I'm not coming to America, I'm staying in the Czech Republic, or at the time Czechoslovakia, I'm going to play there. But secretly, he wanted to play with Mario in Pittsburgh. So he told everybody, I'm not coming to America, even though he loved America. And then he was there for the Penguins to take. Comes, wins 2 Stanley Cups as a young kid, and the rest is history. So Michkov kind of reminds me of the Yager story back in the day.
I think Yager's still playing somewhere. I think he owns a team and actually played. He was Jackie Moon this year, a couple of different games. Another
Russian can't get in the Hall of Fame because he keeps playing. You have to wait till you stop playing to get in the Hall. It's kind of stupid. Like, put him in now.
Yeah, a guy can score. Guy can still score.
Die on the ice.
Hey, Mike Croak out there. That'd be incredible. Another Russian for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Gino had to get like kind of hidden, ran out of Russia too, right? Then the Russian mafia was like looking for him. They had to hide him, get him out of Russia to get to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then they had to hide his family too and kind of get him out of there. Is that accurate? Am I retelling that story?
It's the Wild West over there. It's and especially now, it's really dicey. And obviously, Ovechkin's in a weird spot. He's always been, a pro-Putin guy. Meanwhile, he's chasing this record. It's the biggest record breaker probably since Hank Aaron, when he gets Gretzky's record in about 2.5 years. So hopefully by then the whole geopolitical landscape is better, so we can really kind of celebrate and enjoy. Because I think that's the next big record in sports is Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's 894 record, and he should do it in about 2.5 years on ESPN, March 17th, 2026. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Thank you very much.
Okay. I love that. Imagine if he calls a shot right there.
Oh, sweet.
That's fucking incredible, Booch. That'd be chicken parm. That'd be chicken parm.
Chicken on the hill with Will.
Love that.
When Willie Stargell was a Pirate, he had a chicken restaurant up on the Hill district, and when he hit a home run, it was chicken on the hill with Will. I would change it to chicken parm on the hill with Bucci, and chicken on the hill with Will rhymes better. But he was my beloved idol, Willie Stargell.
Parm and Bucci. Chicken parm is Gucci with Bucci.
Yeah,
there is the have that on March 17th, 2026. 26, obviously.
Write it down. Write it down.
St. Patrick's Day too. Great day. I mean, what a time. Holy hell, I can't wait for St. Patrick's Day 2026.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's gonna be
But my mom, Mary Donovan, my mom, she couldn't get more Irish than that.
Hell yeah, love that. Happy St. Patrick's Day and all the ones that I've missed going back for this moment in our first time talking. You said the Fresh Prince, Will Smith, going to Boston College, even if he gets picked number 2, he'll go to college instead of going.
He'll go to college. Yeah, that's what's interesting about the NHL draft. Some guys get drafted. Most go back either junior in Canada, because you can play till you're 20, or they go to college and play 1 year, 2 years. Like Fantilli played last year at Michigan. He was underage, and so he could play in college. Now the question, will he go back or not? Logan Cooley was a first-round pick last year, went to Minnesota, decided, I'm going back again because I don't know what's happening in Arizona with their arena deal. So he's going to go back and play for Minnesota for his second year. So, yeah, some guys either go back and play junior, stay in Europe, play college, or go right to the NHL. That's why this Mitchkov dude, he's got a 3-year contract in the KHL, so that's part of it. You're not even going to get him for 3 years. Like that Kaprizov guy for Minnesota, same thing for the Wild. You got to wait for 3 years for him. The other people, you draft them, and you put them, you monitor them, and you put them in the best position where they're going to develop, because they're 18 years old. Some of them are late bloomers, some are ready to go, some are tweeners, and you got to make that decision.
All right, so let's talk business side of it. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Bucci, speaking of, we're talking about this with college baseball. Has NIL contributed at all to players kind of staying in college or choosing to go to college versus the NHL because they get the college experience and they're also making money now? Or is it kind of what you were saying, doesn't matter as much and guys can go get developed in the NHL and those kind of systems?
I think it could be, if it's close, they might stay. But they're only going to make like 50 to 100 grand, though, some of these college hockey players. Yeah. We're not talking about $1 million yet. But yeah, the big schools, Minnesota, Michigan, BU alum, they're starting this program where these donors give a bunch of money. They set it up a certain way. They can set it up as like a charity, and the kids can do like charity work, and so they can write off the donation, and they're going to use this to give these kids a little 50, 75, 100. Some just to go there, and some just to stay. But yeah, it could. So Logan Cooley, by going back, he sacrifices about $1 million a year that he'll never get back. He pushes his contract up, but at least he can make 50, 100 grand in Minnesota, and then go turn pro next year, and then that contract begins next year. It just keeps sliding.
Yeah, at least you can buy some beers for the boys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be able to do that.
Buy a lot of Busch Light in Minnesota for 50 grand.
Oh, don't you know? I mean, you go out there on Lake Minnetonka, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been there. I've been there.
Oh, yeah, me too. I pulled a swordfish out of there one time ice fishing. You ever do that?
Hey, no, I was on a jet ski in July on Lake Minnetonka.
With the Vikings boat? Were you there with the Vikings?
In Apollonia 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Having a good time.
Bucci, you've lived, it feels like. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Bucci, I saw Bedard's first game is going to be against Sid in the Pens, which will be awesome.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of, is that a kind of a passing of the torch situation, or is it not because McDavid's there? And then are the Pens, are we too old?
Are we dead, Butch?
Are we too old? How do we feel about the Pens?
I know. Well, Bedard, opening night, ESPN triple header. We have Nashville, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Chicago, then Vegas raises their banner for the triple header game. But yeah, Bedard, I kind of compare Bedard to Sid in the way he's 100% dedicated nerd hockey guy 24/7. And if you're betting on a guy or you want to develop an 18-year-old to become that franchise player, you want him to have that commitment to the game, not be a human gong show. Just you can rely on him and depend on him. And that's Connor Bedard. That's where him and Sid probably are maniacally the same. Different players. Again, Sid's a distributor. This guy's a pure goal scorer. Brett Hall. Think Brett Hall. He's going to get bigger and stronger and just shoot from everywhere and score 50, 60, 70 goals a year. But the Penguins, again, they're in that tweener position. They hire Kyle Dubas. They got Letang, Sid, and Gino. And are they delusional to think they can still win one more cup? Can they do that with the cap? So Yeah, it's an impossible. They got to hit a home run with every sign, right? Every trade, every sign. Maybe get a pick tonight that's going to be able to step in and play next year.
Come on, boys.
In a good support. A Zach Benson, some other big, strong kid. Maybe they move up a little bit. Maybe that's what Kyle might do that tonight. Maybe move up and trade some future capital to try to win now. That one more for Sid. But as you know, that's a dangerous thing to do. Not many can pull that off, get that one more.
Yeah, it would be great if they were able to do that. But it is a bit alarming watching that team and then watching every other team that lasts in the playoffs and be like, wow, we have nowhere near the speed of every one of these teams.
Right.
And it was fun following that Vegas team.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
It was fun following that Vegas team this year.
It was.
Tough, fast, loyal group. It feels like
Florida.
they were mature. They didn't get into it. Florida paying off and kind of building hockey there. But if the Penguins are in the playoffs, obviously it's going to be bigger, better. Everything's going to be bigger and better. So let's go ahead and make that happen, Booch. Why don't you let Connor Bedard fall to the Pittsburgh Penguins
Yeah,
tonight?
that'd be cool.
Why don't you start pushing some buttons over there and get the Blackhawks kicked out of the league? So
We actually kicked you guys out of the playoffs last year.
all right. Bucci, we appreciate you, pal. Have an incredible day.
Thanks for having me. Wish it wouldn't have taken so long. And don't really appreciate the new tax in my paycheck, federal, state, and Pat McAfee. Don't appreciate it all.
It's all right, buddy. There's going to be a plus on there for us coming too at some point, and that's the whole
I'm
purpose.
on your side.
My man.
I'm in your corner. I got your back.
I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, John Bucci Gross.
Yeah, Bucci!
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people over there in that building that don't love us.
Well,
good news is, don't have to be in that building.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the funny part of it all, you know what I mean? At least hate us from afar, then we don't have to see you.
That's fine.
But we're trying to raise everybody's dollars over there.
Exactly.
That's the purpose of doing business.
Open more doors.
That's the purpose of partnership. That's the purpose of doing this. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's make good stuff. Let's enjoy it. And then let's hopefully take care of everybody that does all the hard work.
That's right.
That's the motto we live by over here.
Yep. Bingo.
Hopefully that'll permeate everywhere.
If you can earn it, you can earn it.
And also, Connor Bedard's just a fucking goal-scoring machine, huh?
I guess so.
So Ovi's about to catch Wayno, and then, sorry about it, Ovi. Guess who's coming in?
Stoner.
Pure goal scorer. Nick, I was going to... No, Stoner, excuse me. We're talking about this guy tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's Connor Bedard's night.
Sure.
Stoner had a week in Vegas. Yep. He's going to have an entire offseason. Yep. And Stoner's a legend.
So, it turns out he was playing with, a broken wrist, a couple broken ribs, broken everything, basically.
Is that what came out? All the shit came out?
Yeah, no big deal.
So while we were talking to him about all the things that are coming out, he was holding his phone with a broken arm.
Yeah.
Fucking beast.
Hockey's a different animal.
Yes, it is.
It's absurd.
How about him describing his Connor Bedard guy? He's got good quads, good traps.
He's a hockey nerd.
He can skate good. He's more of a Sidney Crosby. Sid doesn't really talk ever publicly. No. I did see Connor Bedard bury Biz whenever he was on one of the TNT kickoff shows, so I enjoyed that. I appreciate that. I assume Biz did as well.
Saw him also get Biz's back a different time. I think it was while he's been in Nashville. Someone asked him Biz or Wit, and he said Biz. So he did. He's kind of played back to him, after he razzed him the first time.
Good for him. What a show they have going on over there.
Awesome.
Really big fan. I assume they're going to have big shit tonight. We'll take some phone calls later on this hour on the 5 Energy phone line. 1-833-432-3663. 1-833-4 The Dome. You think he wears every day under his?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yep.
That looked like a tucked in underdress shirt.
Yeah.
Got some sun there too. Looked like he was
To be honest, my brain feels like it's gonna melt after seeing all those tats, and it's just not
how
the
jacked he is
too.
As someone whose dad wears that every day, that's not just a one day thing. That's a lifestyle.
You think he has the bike shorts on like Coach?
I don't know about that. He seems more of like a golf short guy.
Oh, I was thinking jeans. I was thinking like old school Grease.
Bro, he had one here. He had one here.
Yeah.
He had one
He's working on a
here.
Camaro out front.
Yeah.
For sure.
Two on the chest.
He doesn't smoke cigs. Diggs found the tweet.
Yeah.
It was my 33rd birthday.
Oh.
And he said, "You're only 33. You look 43. Lay off the carbs."
Jeez.
So I didn't get the exact verbiage right, but that was the first time he had ever tweeted me.
Yeah.
I think I tweeted you. I thought you were 43. Easy on the carbs. That was what he said to me. After the 33.
Bucci.
Yeah.
Well,
never talked to him. I tried his Bucci overtime challenge a couple times.
Of course.
See if I could win a free shirt or whatever.
Right.
And we had interacted, obviously, knew of each other's existence. That's the first time I think he's ever tweeted me.
He knows the cut of your jib.
Big pop out of me.
Western PA guy.
Big pop out of me.
Now, if he knew you were from like LA or something like that, he would not have taken that shot at you.
No way.
He would have taken it a different way.
I think there's some
Tony.
softer tendencies potentially in some places and not in other places.
I think Tony's referencing one person.
Oh,
Or are you not?
I would love to be, though.
Oh, okay. Someone, a few shots were thrown some guy's way, and he wasn't very happy about it. And he didn't use verbatim what words were thrown his way in particular.
Oh.
But he wasn't very.
Are you talking about a basketball player?
I am talking about a basketball player. Yeah, Kevin Durant getting into it.
Okay, let's dive into it.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's awesome on the internet again, and I do believe the way this story was told to us was in a fashion in which we weren't supposed to believe that Kevin Durant is awesome. All it did is just make me think Kevin Durant is even more awesome. Jason McIntyre of The Herd, I believe, and he also has a podcast on the Volume Sports. Congrats to Logan Swain, 40 under 40.
Yeah.
40 under 40, Logan Swain. We ran he's running the Volume Network over there with Colin Cowherd. Had no idea that McIntyre had his own podcast. Learned of it literally as he was explaining the situation with Kevin Durant. And if you do recall, he opened his mouth talking about how Kevin Durant is acting in a way of negative that he shouldn't do this.
Get a life.
Get a life. Then Kevin Durant answered to Jason McIntyre in his DMs. And I do believe we have the video. Perfect. Here's Jason McIntyre of McIntyre Sports on the Volume Network describing the situation between he and Kevin Durant that is now taking place in his DMs.
Once you say something nice about someone, they reply, okay, I see you. Then, when you say something not so nice, you get this. You're such a clown. You don't even like sports. You look like a drama major. I don't know what that means. I've never taken an acting class in my life. I said to KD, one of the 15 best players in the history of the NBA squabbling with anonymous fools in a comment section. It was never your brand when you won the MVP and 2 titles and finals MVPs. Why pivot that way now? He just got personal. You're a fool, blah, blah, blah. He used the P word to describe me. He called me
a penis.
Broke boy. Doesn't address any of it. Doesn't address why he would argue about being top 5. And again, I'm a Kevin Durant guy. Well, Jay, how are you a Kevin Durant guy if you're saying he's an idiot for battling guys in the comment section of a Twitter Spaces? Well, time out. This isn't black and white. You love this guy, you hate this guy. You can like someone and totally disagree with something they're doing. Are we really at the state where you have to be 100% all behind somebody or 100% against somebody? It doesn't work like that. So, bottom line, I still like Kevin Durant even though he's calling me all these names. He's hurt. I get it. Life will go on.
He's hurt.
Straight fire, but
Hey, Kevin Durant, when he's winning those MVPs and winning everything, he didn't have burner Twitter accounts. That wasn't like documented. It wasn't documented of him just burying people on Twitter, not being a guy who's has the time. Has always been, which is why I am a massive fan of his. I do like that this guy, though, seemingly McIntyre, hey, he's given a firm sports take, isn't he? He's given a firm sports take. P word was used, Was that a little bit?
So many different P words. How many? Like there's
pig.
What is?
I think he called him a pig.
Oh, I thought he called him a peen, like he's a dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe he called him like poutine.
Oh,
like the fries.
Yeah, soft.
Like
Poop face. Yeah, soft.
Oh,
Poop face.
Poop face.
Wow.
Poopy face.
I didn't even think about
that one.
Poop face is
Yeah.
too far. That's
Poop
like
face?
calling somebody. Nope.
What?
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 I don't want
Come on,
to say.
Diggs.
I don't want to say.
Let it out. Let it out.
It's like calling somebody a jive turkey.
No.
Jeez.
Oh. Didn't say JT word.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. He said P word. Let's not take this way too far.
Okay.
Come on.
So we don't know exactly what the P word was. Maybe he just said you're Pat.
Penis.
Maybe he was talking. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Penis. Yeah.
Maybe pickle. Like you're a pickle.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Pterodactyl, maybe.
Yeah, because the P's silent. So maybe Kevin Durant wanted him to know. Oh, straight fire, huh? How about this one? Boom. Pterodactyl looking ass. Called it the P word.
It's possible.
I mean, there's a chance any of that is the case, but we would like to let Kevin Durant know we are firm in your side.
Yes.
If you want to go into a Twitter Spaces and just bury people, I just think the way you guys even look at the game is whack as fuck. Like, do it.
Yeah.
We are very thankful for it. And also, McIntyre, we appreciate you as well. I feel like if we say anything, we're not going to be called a drama major, you know, and him saying, I've never been in an acting class at all. We know what he meant. We know what he meant. We all know what he meant, McIntyre. So, AJ, your thoughts on this? You think Kevin Durant needs to clean it up a little bit, huh? Be a little bit more role model-y, saying the P word and everything like that?
This was it's through DM, so Kevin Durant was not trying to make this thing public. He was trying to deal directly with this guy, right? He didn't make it public.
Private, another P word.
Interesting. Oh.
I was trying to keep this
P
P word.
Yeah.
Pusher.
Oh,
you private son of a bitch.
But I am here for it. We can disagree and say, hey, you don't need to be doing this. It's a waste of your time. You have $1 billion. You're one of the best players ever. But if you want to engage, I'm here to watch. I have no problem.
Yeah, we're here for it. I mean, every time you're done with it, you feel as if you lost, probably.
Yeah.
Because at different stages of Twitter, even if you're the rightest you've ever been in your entire life, there's going to be at least some people tweeting you at enough of a rate that you see it, where they're going to tell you you're wrong and completely wrong. I don't know if Kevin Durant's ever going to change anybody's opinions whenever he's describing it, but I like whenever I listen to him talk about it, he says, you talk about players and you do team things and then you do this. It's like, okay, that's how one of the greatest players of all time views the game. We can, as a sports media, take some stuff out of his answer to this guy. Now, he's talking shit in his Twitter spaces, like to these people.
It's awesome.
But there is a narrative underneath about how Kevin Durant views basketball and views it as a whole. So I would assume that Kevin Durant's like, I gave you some real answers in there while I was burying these people. Your big takeaway was, don't be rude to these fucks. So Kevin Durant on different levels is operating in 4-dimensional chess.
I love it.
And I love everything about it.
Yesterday I ain't have time. Today I got fucking time.
Yeah, and it's Katie's awesome too. It's not like this is the first time Katie's ever done this. Like if we all watch the Letterman, My Next Guest, like he is about it. He's aware what people think about his Twitter burners, and this was on his, but he doesn't care. Like he calls himself God on Twitter for a reason. He thinks it's hilarious, and I don't see why we wouldn't.
It's also kind of refreshing when it's like, he's not supposed to do that, but, they always say, like, hey, athletes hear everything you say. Like, they're not going to respond. And he's just like, you know what? Nah, fuck it. I am going to respond. Fuck these people.
Let's do this. So you was 2-time champion. The MVPs never belong to you. Like, he did, throw some shots, too, now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying that he's fallen off is what McIntyre said. He's straight fire.
Yeah.
Straight fire McIntyre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Over there,
real.
volume.
Yeah.
The numbers on that tweet, real good.
They were going.
The numbers,
Really?
Yeah, those numbers matter.
What made
too.
KD get in that Twitter Spaces? How to get in there?
I think he just popped in because it was KD is not top 5 all time.
Yeah,
that was the name of the Twitter Spaces.
And it just popped up on it, and he just saw it on his feed.
Yeah, because like if you accidentally on your phone with the way they set up Twitter, and Congressman Mike Gallagher said he likes Elon's Twitter and everything like that. I think we all speak like Twitter's never going to die, but this particular version of Twitter needs to fucking get better.
Yeah, they're going through it a little bit.
It needs to get better. They need. There's been different regimes at Twitter. There's privately owned and publicly traded and everything like that.
Fleets.
So Twitter is always fleets. I mean, that was. I used to fleet the shit out of things.
Love
But
fleets.
There's been different iterations of Twitter through. Same regimes have different Twitter. This is what it is now. We need the.
What do you need to change? What do you want to see?
Just everything. Like the algorithm needs to be tightened up a lot. The algorithm needs to be figured out a lot. You follow people, you don't see their stuff. You're force-fed some stuff. And then these suggested tweets that I guess make sense that they're putting on the bottom of things kind of makes it look like that is a response to something.
Yeah, it does.
But it's not actually. So they just need to clean it up. Like I think you just need to, let's tighten this thing up. You got a weapon here. Everybody knows you got the full weapon, but at the bottom, like they were trying to push spaces.
Big time.
So you can accidentally click on a spaces, and then all of them that are happening are just listed out there, even if you follow any of these motherfuckers. So this is Qatar to win, MUFC takeover, United latest with Ben Jacobs, 3,000 people listening. We back from Ricky Maserati, ... Again, smiley face.
Oh.
That must have crashed. We assume that must have crashed there.
Yeah.
Spaces, is it me? But Spaces suck. Like the quality is terrible. It sounds brutal.
Yeah, they tried to take out what was it? House? No.
Periscope.
No, what was that thing?
Clubhouse.
There
it is.
Clubhouse was just like this new platform that was taking over. It was actually doing pretty well where people were just microphones on, sitting in a space, and then you could see who it was. So I think Twitter tried to do their iteration of that, kind of killed Clubhouse. But now it's kind of been the same thing for all time. But anybody can get into any one of those and become a speaker in those things. So it's like, I think KD I think he accidentally hit the spaces button, which I've done. I'm not trying to find a fucking spaces. I think he accidentally hit it, and then maybe the top one was KD is not top 5, and he's like, wait, am I the...
Yeah, about to close out Twitter.
I'm the KD, right? Right. Get in here. Let me listen to some of this shit. Listen to him a little bit. and then request to speak.
Easy money sniper.
Like you could see how that would happen. You know, you're on Twitter if you're on there. So I enjoy the fact that McIntyre was like, "This is unbecoming of you." He's like, "Motherfucker, I was high on Twitter."
Yeah. Who gives a shit? I got time.
Drama major. I've never heard that used as a
fantastic
as a shot at somebody. You know, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it should be a compliment.
Bingo.
Yeah, you could be an actor.
Hamilton, awesome.
Yeah, you should be on Broadway. Hell yeah.
His name was Alexander Hamilton. Do you know we have a guy in this building that works for us that saw Hamilton before it became a Broadway play?
No, Broadway? Way. Who?
Yeah, off Broadway I think means after and before, so I think that is two different things. But before it made it onto Broadway.
Before it was like mainstream, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
he's a focus group. He's a part of the
Who the
focus
hell?
group.
No,
to
no,
see
no.
whether
Who's-
or not it should go on to Broadway.
Lin-Manuel Miranda had already achieved
it's
commercial
Bruce.
success.
Bruce did it.
High class Bruce. Holy shit, Bruce.
In the Heights was
It
a massive
cool.
hit on Broadway already. So Lin-Manuel, Hamilton was just his second act.
Yeah, but I'm sick of people talking about us like we're not cultured.
No, it's true. Yeah.
That's
we
bold.
saw fucking Hamilton before Hamilton was even Hamilton.
What?
We're a part of the focus group saying, yay, you should go to Broadway, or nay, you shouldn't. Bruce Brown.
He actually gave like feedback that they actually used when Hamilton went on to Broadway.
They need the king to have a little bit more of a bop when the king's singing out there.
Lin-Manuel loved how old and disgusting his blue jeans were, that he actually put them in the play as well.
Oh, this will actually be what George wears.
Holy shit, look at that.
He did have a little pizzazz, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. A little
bit.
pizzazz in there.
So you guys have fallen in love with the word pizzazz on the pod? That's what I saw the title of it was Boost Your Pizzazz or something like that.
Well, Bruce came in the other day and he said that like when he sends something into the group text, he's trying to like add a little comment after to add a little pizzazz to it, maybe give a little context. So we said like, hey, your pizzazz meter has been off the charts lately. And then he came in kind of down in the dumps a little bit.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, you've lost all pizzazz.
Where'd it
this,
go?
this cannot happen.
Has the AQI killed your pizzazz, Bruce? What is going on? Like those horses?
No, I mean the pizzazz is back. The pizzazz just kind of ebbs and flows. You know,
The pizzazz of Bruce.
What's
right?
wrong with the jeans? Why do you take a shot at his jeans? What kind of jeans?
He dressed like an asshole. Not as big of a like.
Yeah, see, I don't try to dress like an asshole like Connor. I just accidentally dress like an asshole.
Whoa, that's not pizzazz. What the hell?
Bruce is coastal elite. So he dresses like
Size
the
42
humans.
jeans.
Boom, jeans, and then the New Balance shoes.
Yep.
And then, like, it's like how the
Street
East,
hype.
It is how, like, the East Coast, like, dresses, I think. Like, you go to New York.
For sure.
You see what Bruce dresses like. Everybody wears it. And they're like, this is future fashion. I'm like, have you seen Chase Claypool and Stephon Diggs?
Oh, yeah.
You do not know.
No.
You might think you're fashion, but you ain't fashion.
No, you're not.
You ain't fashion squared. You ain't setting the tone of what the future could look like with people wearing clothes. That's what Chase Claypool and Stephon Diggs are doing.
Yeah.
Now, we know Stephon Diggs is telling a story of his emotions
Yep.
with what he's wearing. Chase Claypool is in the same frame. I did not know that. These motherfuckers love fashion.
Sick.
yeah.
And I love that they love it. And I love that will never be what humans actually wear, but because they're wearing this, it's at least exploring the space of what people could feel comfortable wearing. Those shoes, Connor said he's buying them next week.
I need them so bad. I've been thinking about them ever since I saw this Instagram.
That's fashion, though. So you cannot say, "Whoa, what's that?" What you got to say is, thank you for what you're doing
right.
for all of us, Chase and Stephon Diggs. Because if it wasn't for the person that took the boat across the Atlantic Ocean
That's right.
That's right. What he did after.
and said the world is not flat.
Exactly. Thank you.
I was trying to describe that particular Italian man
Yep.
in a way in which, is accurate because he was the first motherfucker that said, all right, I'll go. You go, you'll fall off.
Oh, will I?
Good. I hate my life at home. He hops in there, he goes. Now, does he steal things, take credit for things?
Yeah.
Potentially do. Is
you mean live-
certainly
live
maybe.
his life.
But if it wasn't for him doing that, nobody else is coming. You know what I mean? Now, granted, there's people that say we shouldn't have to begin with. Well, we're here. Sorry.
Too late.
You know, it happened. Hate that it happened. But the people that explore the space, kind of open the avenues for those behind them.
Hell yeah.
And that's what Chase Claypool and Stephon Diggs are doing. And I think we got to thank them for it, AJ.
I mean, I thank him. You're right. It is pretty amazing. So now, like what Chase Claypool was wearing there, was he part of a fashion show? Now, fashion show is just to show off your stuff so then people will buy them, right? Buy your clothes.
A designer's stuff, not just anyone.
Yeah.
It's a hawk.
Yeah.
Is this his own line though? I'm asking.
The outfit was part of a designer's. The thing in his hand that he's holding actually stole off of a Saint Bernard rescue dog in the Himalayas.
What?
What?
Which is a shame. It's a shame those dogs work really hard to save people.
No.
But yeah.
You don't see. That's a pig
Yeah. This guy
that doesn't understand fashion.
That's right.
That's
this is in
misinformation.
Paris, Tony.
Yeah,
Okay.
Paris.
Yeah.
This is a Paris Fashion Week.
I know.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
Is that Louis Vuitton?
I think so.
Well, you're right. That is $95 bucks. Less than $95. You can have that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean,
See, Pac gets it though, because Pac was actually telling me last week it's his goal to actually go to Paris Fashion Week and do this.
yeah, Pac, you're kind of into the fashion, the fashion squared, the future of thinking.
Get a shin guard.
Yeah, we got a couple for you if you need it.
Shin guard.
What are they? What are the like? What is the so?
What's the fucking point?
So when Chase is wearing it, he's like, "Yeah, I actually want to wear this."
I think this is from a Louis Vuitton shoot for real. I think they give them 2-3 outfits and they have to wear it. This is what they sign up for.
And Chase said, like, okay, cool. People want to buy this at some point. Like, is that what Louis Vuitton thinks, or what do they just? Because there's like garbage bags that walked on it, like actual garbage.
It's
bags.
ridiculous.
And they're like, yeah, this is what
Art. They probably think it's art,
It's
right?
art,
Isn't that
yeah.
what it is?
Yeah, thinking outside
He
the
should know
freaking box.
more. I mean, he should know
He ain't my wide receiver.
Chase more than me because
wide
this is
Zito should know.
That's
though.
Zito's wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
now he's yours, Z.
He is mine now. He's wide receiver 3 right now in my book.
But I like the fact that
No,
he's
he
got
said
good
he's top
fashion.
5.
Yeah, top 5 all time, top 5 in the league. But
Easy.
the whole fashion thing is really something. Obviously, I mean, I dress like an asshole.
Yeah.
That I've never truly understood. But I like that they're getting connections in incredibly wealthy communities because I feel like everybody that's at these things dressing like assholes all have so much money.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they're networking, finding something they enjoy. But whenever they post a photo on the internet, it's going to be hard for me as just a normal human to look at it and not say, why are you dressing like that? It's not October 31st. What are we?
Yeah.
You know, what are we doing?
It's fair. But, when in Paris, I mean, you kind of just have to go with the flow. You're not going to walk in front of the Arc de Triomphe or the Louvre dressed in sweatpants and a T-shirt. You're going to wear, a sweatshirt that's got 800 holes cut in it. That's just what you're going to do.
Or you're going to wear a mermaid fit that has your face covered.
Yep.
And you're going to fucking kill the wedding that you got to go to.
What the
Exactly.
hell?
Hey, who's your plus one? Does it matter? It's this thing.
Yeah, check it out. It's like a fencing outfit.
What we're saying is we think we're too dumb to understand fashion, but we appreciate those that are fashioning out there.
Yes.
Well, when you say you dress like an asshole and then these people dress like an asshole, so does that mean that the way that we dress as assholes is just as much fashion as the way those assholes dress like assholes?
Yeah, but I think you're putting way too much stock in my judgment of what dress looks like. You know what I mean? Because we'd be going off of my barometer. Because I say I dress like asshole, you dress like asshole, they dress like assholes.
Yeah.
But who knows if that's how they're not viewing it as dressing like assholes.
Well, and I don't think Stephon Diggs at all was dressed like an asshole. He looked sick.
Awesome.
Yeah, hit tank to, some cargo shorts to the coolest.
Not cargo at all.
What are they? Are you sure?
I don't think there's any pockets.
Almost.
Thought those
There's
were.
no pockets.
That's all leather.
There's no pockets because when we show up, you don't want to be distracted. So, I think he looks awesome.
Yeah,
right here.
I agree.
fit.
The one shin guard, it's going to be a tough sell for me because they can still get your shin if you don't have the other one.
Suspender hanging, too.
Yeah, he looks sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. And those shoes, I really do generally want them.
It cost you $15,000.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so maybe I don't want them. Maybe I'll just get a pair of Timbs and cut them, and then I'll put like a little piece of cloth above them and just glue them to the shoe.
You're a designer.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about having a show?
Holy shit!
Oh my God!
I might have
a show.
Look, you're into fashion.
Yeah.
Like fashion.
What is that called? Fashionista.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be Easto, I believe. Well, I'm
Welcome
not.
to the fashion world.
Because right now you're just a Maxinista.
What's that mean?
TJ Maxx.
Bro, he looks so cool.
That's hard.
Could you imagine looking as cool?
Boom! Look, great fit.
There you
That's
go.
hard.
See, that looks sweet.
What's that say?
Okay.
That's hard.
That looks sweet.
That's a cool coat. What's that say? On?
That looks sweet.
For better,
I live free or
for
die, I
worse.
think.
Don't tread on me.
See, these are all standard outfits that you would wear in public.
Yeah.
Now, if you're sitting on a bar like that, you're probably pretty boozed up.
Yeah.
But you could see that out in public.
Yeah, and he's trying to explain his feelings in this one as well, I think.
Oh.
Long night at the bar, kind of feeling alone. Where's my quarterback?
I love my legs. They make me a lot of money.
Shout out to my knees. I'm hugging them.
Yeah.
Let's get to a break.
Robert De
More
Niro
fashion
getting
talk
shoes.
on the other side. Happy that Chase is involved, though. Happy that.
Yeah.
I would like Chase to become very good at football.
Not gonna happen.
He was so good his rookie year.
Whoa.
Pac-Man.
Why
This is
not?
what he want to do. He want to take pictures. He's a great picture
Oh,
taker.
don't. But you're like McIntyre right now. Straight fire.
Yeah.
Picture taker.
You weren't taking Paris week photos with a bag over your head
If we can
when
find,
you were catching balls from Ben
we
Roethlisberger
can find 3 photos of him mossing somebody.
within the last, 2 years?
Whatever. Yeah, 2 years.
I don't think that those exist.
We ain't gonna find it.
No,
We're gonna find a lot of these though.
He had so
Holy
much.
shirt.
His rookie year, he was.
He had so much potential.
Like 11
Such a
touchdowns,
specimen.
900 yards.
How big and strong and fast he is, man.
Bro.
Rookie of the year, like finalist for most.
And Stephon Diggs, I appreciate that he's into fashion. Like actually into fashion. And he looks cool. He's also like one of the greatest wide receivers in the game.
Really
Yes.
good.
He made it first.
Yeah.
He's the guy. Chase has the potential to do that. And we're happy. Maybe he'll get into fashion and content and be a mask, which we assume he will.
Yeah.
Good personality, very handsome, everything like that. But God damn it, the NFL would be better if Chase Claypool was playing great football like he could play all the time. We just hope that comes with the new outfits from Louis Vuitton.
In the Chicago market, nonetheless.
A lot of fashion over there.
Good luck, Big Zeke.
Thank you.
Oh, Zeke.
I thought
Yeah.
I think Zeke Elliott. I was like, he's signing with Chicago.
Okay.
Crazy. All right, let's get to a break.
Oh, big Zach.
We have Tom Segura joining us in about 10 minutes, AJ.
Yes. Awesome.
Very excited for this.
New special coming out, right?
Yep, July 4th, called Sledgehammer. The
Referencing his dong, he said.
talking about his penis.
Yes.
Okay,
Sweet.
sweet. This sports show is getting awesome. Yesterday we had
Flopping around on stage.
That'd be sweet.
I think he breaks shit with it, like on Get Up
Oh,
when they smash the hammers.
with Damian
Yeah,
Woody.
like,
Yeah.
like a
And
Gallagher.
Marziano.
does.
Sure you have
Rest in peace to Gallagher. By
What?
the way.
Yeah, that too.
Brother is still doing it.
recently, or
Yeah, his brother kind of stole his bit.
Holy shit.
rest in peace. I didn't know that. Yeah.
I think Gallagher's been.
Gallagher?
Been dead for a
When did he
while.
die?
Not like when Sun Tzu died, but certainly it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's been a little bit.
R.I.P. Sons.
2022, only last year.
Oh,
Man.
really?
It feels like forever when Gallagher's gone.
I thought he died in like 95. God damn.
Ty, don't be disgusting, please.
Well, I just,
Gallagher died on November 11, 2022, at hospice care at his home in Palm Desert. The cause of death was organ failure from numerous heart attacks he suffered over the course of his life. He was 76. He's done good, Gallagher.
He was a comedian.
Yes.
Yeah, why do you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway?
What do you mean?
That's not Jerry Seinfeld?
No, that sounded like him a little bit, but Gallagher had actual comedy bits, and then everybody just remember him for fucking smashing the shit out of watermelons.
Like Big Mom.
Oh, I remember.
Yep.
That was actually a pretty spot-on Gallagher impersonation.
Thank you, bro. I've seen the Gallagher. I've watched him. His entire act is right in my vein of hell yeah.
Nice.
Have you seen a watermelon get smashed?
Well, Mike McCarthy did it last year.
Ross Chastain over the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, because he won. Congrats, a friend of the program, Ross, winning something.
Yep.
Some people do it with their legs and get turned on.
Sidney Crosby did that,
Yeah.
I think, with his big
What?
quads like Connor Bedard got. Let's get to a break. We had Mike Gallagher, a UFO Oversight Committee member, on the show yesterday in 2 o'clock hour.
That's right.
This time, Tom Segura. 2 o'clock's becoming awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both taking down China.
A little happy hour. I don't know if Tom's doing anything against China, but I do know that Chi-Com's,
Yep. Watch out.
that's a real adversary.
That's right.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared yesterday after all he was talking about Chi-Coms. After we got to talk to him afterwards off air, I'll tell you what, he was not done talking about the threat that potential Chi-Coms have over the United States of America.
Do not take these Chi-Coms lightly.
Nope.
Nah.
Hey, I learned a lot yesterday, bro.
We got some tricks up our sleeves, though. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
We got some
Oh,
power.
we do. Is that what he said?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't reveal
Good.
this, but
Yeah, if he does, he does.
He didn't tell Tone anything. That was like confidential or off the record. I don't think he looked at Tone and thought, that's the guy.
Yeah, they won't say it.
That's the guy we need to tell. But the way he was talking, and yet certainly on here, I guess that is his whole thing, is like the China situation. That's his main focus.
Priority.
For Marine intelligence in there and everything. But the shit he was saying is like, don't you think more humans should hear that?
This shit, yeah.
And why it
That's
matters?
what he's trying to do. That's why he came on the show. He wants to spread the word, right?
I know I should have asked better questions.
No, he talked about
was great.
everything.
yes, a lot of
He
good
was great.
questions.
feel like we talk good about aliens.
Oh, yeah. It's going to Area 51.
2 weeks.
That's right.
3 weeks.
Hopefully the Chat-Coms don't get him first.
They ain't getting him.
What about John Cena?
I mean, that is someone who
Yeah, what about Cena? Jeez.
I'm waiting on the message to me from the people, you know.
Yes.
Hey, what was that all about?
Not only was he on the show, he was in studio for an hour.
Yeah, like I was sitting on your stage. You saw him. It wasn't like he.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I had no idea what he was wearing.
What are you guys talking about? He's
Wait,
talking-
that was John on his.
Oh, maybe not.
On
Maybe
his
it wasn't.
shirt?
Maybe it wasn't John. That wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was Kim.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
Mao Zedong.
Yeah.
Deep fake.
It was.
AI.
There it is.
We saw Mission Impossible last night.
So fucking good.
Let's get to a break.
Sure, he stayed the whole time.
I did not get to see the end
Nope.
Oh.
of that 2 hour and 40-minute movie.
Great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We had
Come on, Tom's making like 15 of them. Why is it so long?
It's part one, too, so the ending isn't even the end.
Nope.
It's an alley-oop to the other one.
Yeah, beginning of the end.
So I missed out on 45 minutes of
Which was the best part?
the middle.
You
And
just had to call it. You just had to get out of there.
Yeah, my wife and I looked at each other and just kind of said, all right.
This time.
I get it.
Him jumping off the cliff is even fucking cooler.
It is.
The movie than the trailer.
It is.
When you
I mean, I wish you would have stayed because there were a couple times where I just couldn't contain doing that. When I mean, it was incredible.
Yes.
Let's get to a break. We'll talk about it after Tom score.
A lot of clapping. Yeah. A lot
We
of
did
clapping.
give a standing
up.
ovation.
A lot of it.
You guys ever say how many people were there till the end?
All of
Everyone.
us,
Yeah.
Except for.
No way.
Yeah, everyone. Just you guys.
No way.
Swear to God.
Yeah, actually.
Even the loudest eater of all time that was in there?
Yeah.
Oh, he stayed. Oh, yeah.
Thank God he ran out of food, though.
Jesus Christ. I almost lost it in there. You know what I mean?
Who was it?
I don't know. Some guy is just
Training rep.
coat
For an hour.
I mean, he was just, I almost lost my mind.
It's absurd.
Like, hey.
What was he eating?
Wood.
Everything.
It sounded like.
We're back in 5 with Tom Segura. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Five.
I feel really good. Like my body feels fresh, my mind clear. Like I'm gonna go do it tonight, I think, you know? Like I'm gonna go do it. 77,899 people going bananas. I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep last night. I thought that I'd wake up with high anxiety. That is not the case at all. I am so ready to get out there and do what I was put on this earth to do. I'll be walking out of that thing alone.
This is a big night because 11 years ago tonight, I had my match with Jerry Lawler wrestling.
Come on!
Broadcast colleagues, same night, 11 years apart, could become the first undefeated broadcast team in the history of WWE wrestling.
Not good. We will become.
Only two superstars have actually commentated on the same WrestleMania that they had a match on. Pat McAfee joins that club tonight.
Pontius is in and Party Boy's here. Pontius is here. Party Boy is in WrestleMania. Pontius' cheeks are out in WrestleMania. Now he's putting that thing up on Sami Zayn. I would like to say that that's the first time I've seen Pontius' ass, but that is not the case. Hey, look it. Weeman's here. Punches and bunches from Weeman. Weeman's so angry. Oh, look at this. Body slam. Weeman, body slam. Sami Zayn. Weeman used to kick himself in the face. Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn.
You know, I've walked out that ramp into this setting probably 10 million times in my mind. There was a time where every time I walked out of a door, I was acting as if I was walking into a WWE arena. So tonight, whenever I feel that energy, just hoping that I don't have a heart attack immediately. I'm hoping that I don't get too gassed, and I'm hoping I put on a damn good show because I've been thinking about this for 23 years. Let's walk the grill and do this thing, huh? I'm prepared, I'm ready, I'm excited.
Hey, who do you want to see tonight?
I want to see Pat McAfee tonight.
McAfee showboat. He looked Pat McAfee with a right hand to Theory. And Theory stunned early. And now McAfee up Up over the top. McAfee with a spinning elbow. Moment. There he's in trouble. Hurricane up here. And McAfee driving Theory into the announce table. Theory bouncing off the announce table, and Pat McAfee's beating the hell out of Austin Theory. Tim and Sally McAfee watching their kid beat the hell out of a douchebag. You remember this? Oh, a little payback from Friday night. Get him, Pat. Multitasking. McAfee lands at his feet. Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly! I'm a sick for the brand. And so is this Superplex. The finishing maneuver. The A-Town down for Austin Theory. He hits this, it's over. McAfee rolls him up. Shoulders are down. Does he have him? He does. McAfee wins. Dreams come true. Believe it, Michael. Your broadcast partner has earned himself a WrestleMania moment. I can't believe it. This is absolutely incredible. Yes, Pat. Yes. McMahon gets himself. Oh my God. Ready to stop it. Oh, from behind. What the hell's going on? Are you kidding me? Get yourself the McAfee beat his little punk. Oh, yeah, that insult.
I dreamt of being Steve Austin. I dreamt of being in a building when that glass breaks and all of a sudden the toughest son of a bitch on earth comes out. The fact that I never got to see it as a kid, then I get to watch his last match live, it was awesome. I got beer in my ears. Like, it feels like I got water in my ears. I got beer in both of my ears. But I just had the incredible opportunity and honor to chug beers with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Have a WrestleMania match that Vince McMahon was a part of. I'm living on cloud 50 right now, dude. This is sweet. What a day, what a dream, what a life. Now I'm gonna have a couple more Steve Weisers. What? Maybe a little whiskey. What? Maybe some carbs, because I've been ketoing for 4 weeks. What?
Hey, what? Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Shut the fuck up!
Hello. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, June 28th, 2023 Hour 3 of the program starts now. Sports! I debuted a new impersonation as we're going live. That is AJ Hawk, Ty Schmidt, and at Boston Connor, and at Boston Connor's Mullet take up the toxic table. One half of the hammer down. Cowboys turn Diggs is here, and 14-year NFL vet Adam Pac-Man Jones is here.
Boy, who was it?
I can't even. I'm trying to figure out how I can explain it or talk about it without potentially burning any bridges.
No.
There is no way.
But we can just talk about Tahoe instead.
Being able to. We are excited for Tahoe, though. Golf is taking place. That's just 2 weeks out. We can't wait to get there. The NHL draft is tonight.
Yes.
And obviously, there's baseball happening.
Hell yeah.
Last night, a man did something that has never been accomplished before in the majors. And they're talking about every single two-way player, somebody that plays on the field and also hits, as being the next this guy, the next this guy. Oh, did you see him pitch? He throws the ball well. He also bats. This guy's the next Shohei Ohtani. Last night, Shohei did something that none of these motherfuckers have ever been able to do, and he is an alien. Ain't that right, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. Pitched 7 innings, had 10 strikeouts or 10-plus strikeouts. Also hit 2 homers at the plate. I think he's the first pitcher to do that in 60 years maybe, and before that, I don't know if it ever happened. But right now, Shohei leads the majors in homers, RBIs, extra base hits. And in terms of pitching, he's second in the AL in strikeouts. And if the season were to end today, he would have the highest ever strikeouts per 9 innings in the history of baseball. So, yeah, there aren't just, a bunch of Shoheis growing on trees. So we can stop that whole, this guy bats and also pitches. He's not Shohei. No one is Shohei. This guy is fucking unbelievable. I think he is the favorite to win the AL MVP. I think he's minus 1450 right now.
Jesus.
We're not even at the All-Star break.
That's a lot of potential winners. For him to be minus 1450 is bananas.
Yeah.
And congrats to you getting that off your chest. Been a big week for you, especially coming off the College World Series, where everybody was the next Shohei.
Right.
And you kept going, and then Shohei does a fucking 10 strikeout, couple bomb night right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like he heard you, but he didn't have to hear it because he's been motivated since a child. He's different. He's a dog. Speaking of dogs who are different, ladies and gentlemen, a man that actually went on a stand-up comedy tour and did 4,000 shows in a 150-day period.
Jeez.
Remember that? It was right out of COVID.
Absurd.
I'm coming everywhere, he said. He was coming all over the place multiple times, same city, same night, worked himself into the best shape that we've ever seen this man. And on 4th of July, he has yet another special coming to Netflix called Sledgehammer. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the funniest humans to ever exist, Tom Segura.
What's up?
Tom, how are you, pal?
How you doing, man?
Hey, we had to clear some shit up there real quick before we got to bring you in. Thank you for making time on such short notice. As soon as we saw that you were dropping another special, we got pumped, texted you. Let's go. Sledgehammer's about your dong, I heard?
It is a reference to my dick. It is a reference to my dick. It's basically that it is pretty big compared to my son's.
That's the special that's going on Netflix? Yeah, that's the premise?
That's the premise of the special, is that my dick is way bigger than a 6-year-old's. Yeah.
Hey, well, congratulations.
Let's go.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem.
AJ's seen it.
AJ seen your dick? Or
He came to L.A., came to my house in L.A. He was like, let me see it. I want to see what I'm dealing with. He told me.
And would AJ say that, obviously, I don't think AJ, you didn't see a 6-year-old's dick.
Actually, his wife was actually changing. You had one kid at the time, so maybe I have.
That's
I don't know
right.
yet. Tom's not lying. Tom's got a hog on him.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice compliment there.
There
That's,
we go.
That's the president of Ohio right there. Tom's good. Whenever you do a special. When you do a special. And what number is this for you now?
This is number 5.
Okay, so people talk about the creation and the art behind it and everything like that and inspiration. And back in the day, I think you used to tour something, right? And then you film one and then you try to sell it. And everybody had different times. And I think, was it Bill Burr or Louis C.K. who was doing one every single fucking year? It was like a new special.
Louis was doing that. Louis was doing that for a minute. Yeah. It was crazy.
And they're talking about that being absolute insanity. How long does it normally take to make a special? And for you, for this one, for your 5th one, how long did you piece this thing together?
I think like the normal thing, if you're touring all the time, is to do one every couple years. Every year is bananas, but every 2 years, it's like it's pretty feasible to like come up with it, start touring, tour for a while, shoot it, and then you get to put it out, in like a 2-year window. This one, because of COVID, was 3 years, and I think I feel like I learned something in this tour, which is that taking a little bit longer is actually way better for your craft. I think it's a much better special having taken longer to put together.
Why? Because you learn things about jokes or different ways to do stories, or what?
You just realize that by touring longer with it, the material just gets tighter. It gets better. Because when you tour more and more, you end up going like, oh, what if I tried this? And then if you record too early, you never get to that point. So I feel like it was actually to my benefit that we had this. I think that's one of the great things about the pandemic is that it made my special better.
Okay, shout out to COVID.
Yeah.
Shout out to COVID.
Shout out to COVID.
Go ahead, AJ.
Shout out to COVID. Shout out to vaccines. What's up? Hey, Aaron's not on, right?
Yeah, well, Don, listen, I've been in every single conversation of that particular line of work. I mean, that was a wild 2-3 years there.
I'd say.
Holy
That was a
fuck,
win.
Tom. Tom, I was getting
Yeah.
cooked in every language because I'm the not jocked guy that's giving the platform to a guy who's murdering people by saying he will not take the vaccine. That was a wild time. Go ahead, AJ.
Tom, when you see all these young comics, I feel like because of the internet and podcasting, there's comedy is everywhere. Do you ever watch some young comics or say some people that are trying it out and realize, hey, this guy or this guy was awful and they will never be good and they should quit? You ever give anybody that advice?
Yeah. I mean, I think it. I don't tell them. You can't tell somebody.
But is it like
I don't know.
athletics though? Is it something where like, hey, that person has something they could eventually have one or two funny jokes, or is it sometimes where hey, there's no chance?
You see the potential all the time. I don't know how much of the parallel exists for athletics. Like I know you could probably see somebody where you're like, look at this dude's frame. If he trains, if he gets in, if his technique were improved, if he were to really commit himself, maybe he could go to the next level. In comedy, it's weird, man, because you can see somebody and you're like, wow, this person, there's something about this person. They haven't like developed their who they are yet on stage, but you see something special inside of them. And what really screws it up for them usually is if they just kind of get off the path, So maybe that is a parallel to sports. Like if you get off the path, meaning like they just stop, they don't work hard enough at it, then they're just never going to develop. You absolutely see dog shit though too, where you're just like, you should learn how to fucking change tires. Like this is not going to be for you. But how you gonna? You can't go up to tell somebody, be like, "Yo, you suck."
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Do you tell people that in football though? Like, do you go like, "Nah, man, this ain't gonna work out"?
So I don't know. Pac-Man just said yeah, like he will tell. Pac-Man just said yeah.
What's up? Hey, did you tell your dad that I fucking love him?
There we go. I like that.
By the way, this is one of the highlights of my life. A friend of mine is the person who went up to Pac-Man. I went up to Pac-Man and asked for an autograph after a game, a loss.
A loss.
That was definitely not his fault, but it was a loss, and he had the best story about asking Pac-Man for an autograph, and then he said, "My dad loves you." Eventually, he told you my dad, and then you said, "Tell that motherfucker I appreciate him." And people, you don't understand, man. I go to like the airport bar, and I'll be like, "Yeah, can I get a beer?" And they go, "Sure." And then they put the beer, and they're like, "Hey, motherfucker, I appreciate you." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "It's Pac-Man." They still reference Pac-Man all the time.
Yeah, I remember that story. He was in the tunnel, I think, right? As you're leaving after a loss, somebody asked you for an autograph from this person's standpoint. Yeah. And obviously people have never lied about interactions with people before. But
Never.
That has never happened.
Never.
In this particular case, what did he say whenever the asked initially for the...
I said, no, I was like, fuck no, we just lost. And then he said something about his dad said I was his favorite player, and I was like, tell the motherfucker I said thank you.
Yeah. Super mad, but grateful. That's the depth that you could potentially go there. You also speak Spanish, obviously, so we're going to assume that a Spanish special is coming to Netflix as well, or is this your...
Well, it was. The whole thing was I was supposed to shoot a Spanish special at the end of 2020, but then shout out to COVID again. It really derailed the possibility. So I was touring. I was doing a tour in Spanish. I did I did shows in Dallas and Austin, Tempe, I had put this run together, and because at first they were like, "Hey, just go shoot your special in Spanish." I was like, I think I should run it a few times. So I was just building up that hour in Spanish, and then because touring got derailed, it just kind of screwed up you need the reps. And then by the time it came back, I was like, I got to get back to this English speaking shit because this shit actually pays. So I put it off. But I did do something cool. When I was on tour, I did do Argentina. I went to Chile and Mexico City, and I did the hour in English, and then I closed each of those sets with like 20, 30 minutes in Spanish.
Here we go.
So I was able to do that.
Hey, that's a weapon, Tom, obviously.
Yeah.
Whenever we learn that about you, because I think, your mom, right?
My mom's from Peru.
There it is. When I learned that, I'm like, what a weapon, dude.
Yeah.
Because,
dude, you want to see a weapon?
Wow. Hey, you are in great
Jesus.
shape. And when you came and did the Coming Everywhere tour, you were in Indy, and I think that was like maybe show 90 of 4,000, 5,000, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you were focusing on your health and sleep and everything, like trying to survive almost the tour, which you're still in incredible shape. Your arm, tried to quit on you?
That's the arm, dude. That's the arm, bro. That's the one that tried to fucking sabotage my life. And it's Look, there you can see the scar. Look at that scar.
Hell yeah.
You know what I do? You know what happens when people come up to me and they'll be like, "What's that scar from?" I always tell them 2 tours, Afghanistan. And then they just they go, respect,
Yeah, you're not asking for any free coffee or meal. So it's not like stolen valor. It's just kind of like
no, it's just a story about my scar. It's
those-
a fucking IED. I was coming over a hill and I didn't leave my brothers there. I went back and I got them. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, hero. Yeah, you're welcome.
And those people, on their way out of there, they don't know your exact name or what branch of the military you're in. Nope. But they know, you know what? No. Heroes still fucking are walking amongst us.
That's right. Yeah, they go, we met a real live hero today. Rambo just walked through the fucking terminal. Yeah.
Instead, though, what the actual story is, did you beat that weatherman? I didn't get to see the full video.
Bro, you got to see the video's amazing. Yes, I did beat him, but it is hilarious. It is hilarious in that I made the mistake, and I say a huge mistake, by playing to 21 instead of 11.
No way.
That's the move.
Bro.
That's the move.
Bro, we played at 21, and I'm not kidding you. We had a halftime. We needed half. I think we were about to have like a fucking a cardiac incident at the game, but I was up 20 to I think it was 11. So I was like, oh, this, I'm about to just score. And this dude, we have it on video. He starts doing shit like this, and it's all going in. And the ref goes, I don't know what religion he is, but I need to start praying to this guy. He ended up scoring like 7 in a row, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna lose to the weatherman." I was ready to stand in front of a bus. It would have been the last thing I ever did.
So last time you played basketball, you try to dunk, your arm commits treason.
Yep.
You end up in a hospital like 6 months trying to figure out your whole life with a knee. Then the next time you play basketball, weatherman literally just teabags your entire thing at game point, comes back, and you end up in front of a bus. Those are 2 very bad outcomes from one sport.
Brutal.
You would have to stop basketball forever, I think. Instead, look at you. You beat the fucking weatherman.
Yep.
He was getting all the God's helps. All the Dopplers were reading just fine. And what you do? Buried them.
I buried him. And I'll tell you that thing is, don't ever trust the internet. I looked up this dude. I was like, how tall is this motherfucker before we play basketball?
Smart.
And it says 5'7". I'm like, oh, I'm going to just. He showed up. He's 6'2".
I've been
Such
betrayed.
bullshit.
I've been betrayed. Connor has a question for you, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, you wrote a book. You're doing another, tour. You got another stand-up special coming out. What is next? Because we actually saw The Machine. We were big fans of it. Not everyone on the internet was. Have you thought about possibly doing some sort of movie, either writing one or making it kind of based on your own life?
I haven't thought of doing one on my own life. I actually have. I have 2 movies cooking right now. One is with Bert, and that is at Legendary. It's called Fat Astronauts, and that is So that's a movie that I hope to be making with Burt Kreischer. And then there's another one that is an action comedy that I'm currently talking to a few people about, but it's not based on my life, but it is like a fun action comedy.
Wow, look at you, big movie star. Big movie star.
Yeah, we'll
you
see.
and Kevin Hart?
We'll see.
You and Kevin Hart?
What's that? Do I know him? He's a famous guy.
No, I'm saying you and Kevin Hart. You're going to take over the Rock's role, and you and Kevin Hart will do that together.
Dude, I would love to. Kevin's an inspiration for sure, man.
So you do want to get into movies pretty heavily here. Feels like.
Yes, I do. I've always liked like features and I like movies the most. I mean, I have a television thing that I sold. So that's I shot actually my own pilot. Instead of pitching it, I went and I financed it and I shot it. Yeah. And so we sold that, and so I'll be hopefully working on that series pretty soon.
Congratulations, man. Keep going.
Thanks, man.
Because like I understand that everybody kind of like looks at in that. I mean, that comedy mothership down there in Austin seems to be like the greatest place.
Have you been yet? Have you come down there yet?
Bro, I follow it on the internet, and
it's wild, dude. It is like he made like a playground that is what you would dream about if you're a stand-up, and you just go there every night, and it's just packed, and the crowds are enthusiastic and like excited to be there, and that was just. It's wild that I get to do that whenever I'm in Austin.
What was it? The Comedy Store in LA used to do that, right? Wasn't that like
Comedy Store was the best, man. It was so cool. He basically duplicated the energy, which is kind of impossible to do, but the environment feels like that. But he designed it for the comedian. So like you walk in the back and there's a tunnel, so you don't have to walk through crowds. You just can like walk right onto the stage and right to the green room. You don't have to interact. You have to run into people. It's like all designed for the comedian experience, and then the audience has, just the best times there. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, it looked amazing. I mean, there was like Chappelle, Ron White, Rogan, you, I think, up in the same night, and like, damn, just one night in Austin. It's like, what the fuck? That's just out of nowhere. People want to go. Like the comics want to perform there, and it's been a dream, man. It's like, it's so cool that he's so rich that he can just do that for fun. Yeah. Speaking of being very rich, Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Tom, you're rich now too, and I think you have enough money for this. You have any dreams or aspirations to go to space now or the bottom of the ocean? Anything like that?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm a huge fan of aviation. I've been like taking flying lessons, but like with space, the one thing they never tell you about masturbating in space or like they tell you that like if you piss it'll like drift away, but they're like, what about like getting hard and jerk? And I've petitioned Elon to send me to space to just bust a nut, like just to jerk off once, just so that we can like know what happens. Science.
Yeah.
And he's been completely unresponsive. And he blocks people, I think, that ask him about it.
I don't know what that's all about. I remember everything Garth Brooks did, obviously. There was you asking.
He blocked me.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that was all right. I mean, that was the expected outcome.
Dude, do you know what? Okay, I saw somebody 2 weeks ago who is like, I have a close friend that is close to Garth. And he said that whenever Garth Brooks is asked, hey, what's up with this, like, Tom Segura saying that you're a serial killer, that Garth Brooks pulls up the video of me breaking my arm, dunking, and goes, karma.
I love that. I enjoy that you got a beef with this guy. Because he's, Gaines is coming back.
5 albums.
5 albums. Is there a more clear depiction of a sociopathic mind than that guy saying he's going to make 5 albums as this absolute this creation of his that is the Australian person who sings love ballads and lost their parents and is sexy, and he does still photos with his cheeks sucked in like I mean, this reminds me of every, like the John Wayne Gacy tapes, the documentary on Netflix.
Waterloo, Iowa, Man of the Year.
Look, all I'm saying is I have only said that I am repeating what has been alleged, which is that Garth's tours have lined up with dozens of missing people. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else.
Bro, he's selling. Now, that's Gaines on the right and Garth on the left. Garth, actual human from Oklahoma. Chris Gaines is this creation that Tom Segura just laid out much better than I ever could. I have not done enough research. Guy on the left sells out stadiums, okay? Guy on the right.
Guy on the left also doesn't feel emotions. Look into those eyes. Look at those eyes.
When did it start? Did he sell out 4 stadiums in the town you're in? And you're like, what is this? He sold out Lucas Oil Stadium, I think, 5 times in one weekend.
Yeah.
It is bonkers. It is his draw. Like his draw as a artist is unbelievable. And I have nothing but respect for it. I just want answers. I want answers for, like, people are like, where's my grandmother? Like, they don't even know. She never came home from your show. Like, that's something to talk about. You know?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Make sure you say, I've been actually in, I have been sued before for some jokes that have been made.
You have.
AJ has a question for you, Tom.
Tom, you mentioned Elon. Elon versus Zuck. Do you think that fight actually happens, and are you going to go? Who do you think wins?
I thought definitely this is not happening. I thought it was totally a joke. And then I've seen the thing evolve and them keep saying that they're going to do it. I actually am more inclined to believe that it's going to happen. I would definitely attend. And I'll say this. I think you know this from being athletes, man. Trained versus untrained is it's a silly thing to get into. And if what I've heard is true, so I'll preface it with that, which is that Zuck has been doing jiu-jitsu for a while and does it all the time, even with the significant size advantage being with Elon. If I don't know how far along Zuck is in jiu-jitsu, but
he's winning awards.
Gold.
He's winning gold and silver, gi, non-gi. He actually lost one of these things, and allegedly, this is being alleged, Zuck told the ref, nah, redo this.
Yep.
And they redid it, and he went. Allegedly. He felt like he got fucked.
I don't know if you've ever seen, like, a trained guy fuck with somebody who doesn't train, and it's very ugly, and it's very quick.
Dude, double arm bar somebody put me in. I got both of my arms broken. One guy.
And you're an athlete, dude.
It wasn't a jiu-jitsu black belt, I don't think. This guy was just, he does have some sort of belt in the particular thing. Here's Zuck training, I believe, with Lex Friedman, tapped him out 1,000 times. But yeah, I got tapped. They put 6 times, I think, in 1 minute I tapped out. And it ended with a double arm bar. Both of my arms broken. And I was like, I can't even tap. I don't even know what to do right now.
Yeah. I think if the case really is that he is training this much and has been, then even because Elon has a big size advantage, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter at that point. It really would be game over quick. The same thing, like, if you ever box and then you step into a ring with someone who has boxed a bunch, it's terrifying. It really like, it wakes you. You're like, oh my God, it's a 2 different worlds. Now, if they were both untrained, I probably would give the advantage just based on, Elon's significantly bigger.
And a troll. Troll. He's like, he, seemingly has
mind
time
games
for all that. He's like, I have $1 billion. What am I going to do? I'm going to create a fucking flamethrower. Okay.
He's a way better shit talker. He's more fun at the pre-fight press conference. It's going to be all Elon for sure. But
Zuck
yeah,
would just have those flip flops probably.
Might do the Murph.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do
and
that.
Zuck would just be like,
do you ask questions
are you
about
alive, dude? Huh?
You ask questions about anybody else other than Garth, like Zuck or any of these other people that might be robots or aliens in our world?
So there's no way Zuck is a human being. That's the only thing that's not going to be fair in this. But yeah, no, I don't know. I stay away from those guys. Those guys are scary, dude.
This is Garth. You've directed your full attention to Garth Brooks and the bodies. Like, hey, what's going on around here? What a hero.
I'm trying to do it. I'm doing it for society. I'm doing it for all of us.
We thank you, Tom. You and your sledgehammer really doing some stuff.
Send me the space to come, Elon.
All right, I don't know if he's going to hear this. Ty has a question for you, Tom.
Tom, all your fans know you are a massive, massive WWE fan. I didn't know if you knew today is I think it's the 24-year anniversary of The Undertaker versus Mankind. He threw him off the cage. I'm just curious, is that like a national holiday in your house? Is there anything you're going to do to celebrate today, or what do you think about that?
Sorry, they're just backing in the cake. We're doing a huge celebration.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know that I went to Undertaker's house?
What?
Did I tell you that?
No way.
Dude, this is so surreal to me. So I'm building this gym because I'm obviously very committed to fitness. And the people that are putting the gym together are like, do you want this piece of equipment? Right? Because I'm picking things and I go, I don't know, I've never used that. And then I go, is there any way I could try it before I say I want to buy it? And they go, yeah, we could. You know what? We have a client that you can just go to. They say you can go to his house and he'll let you try it, just like that. And I go, okay. So then they're like, we'll be on a group text, and I go, okay. So they send me this group text, and they go, hey Tom, this is Mark. He has the equipment. You can go to his house and then try it out. And I was like, what's up, Mark? Is Thursday cool? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Come on by. And then the guy from the gym, he jumps on another text. He goes, hey, just so you know, Mark is the Undertaker. And I go, do you want to fucking lead with that? He's like, well, I go, I'm talking to the Undertaker in this text. And they're like, yeah, he's super cool. I go, okay. So I drive out to this address, and I just pull up to this house, and there's shit under construction. And I see this fucking gorilla walks out from under this thing, and he just waves over. He's like, hey, over here. And I was like, what's up, Mark? And he goes, hi, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And he could not have been, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He is the nicest dude that I have ever met.
Yeah.
Took me through his gym. We tried all, and then he's referencing, like, he has these jerseys and like photos about, like, you know, athletes that he's huge fans of. Tells me like full stories about all of them, and we start going over his whole career. And I'm just like, dude, I love WWE. I love this shit so much. And he was like, he's like, really? I go, oh, yeah. I go, you definitely don't know that I don't, so I'm going to say that I do. and then he, I left. And then I thanked him, and then he sent me like another, like a full paragraph, like, gracious thanks for coming over and trying his shit out.
Good guy.
It was I was just blown away. I mean, it was a wild experience.
Well, you need to know this. Like, he also maybe one of the greatest partiers of all time. They said he used to
really.
Oh yeah, like rock, because they're on the road. You know, they were on the road so much back in the day, especially, and he was always up. So basically, everybody wanted to see The Undertaker, so he was a part of every show. There is legendary tales of Undertaker drinking motherfuckers to sleep, just like rock stars, bands.
He told me, because we were talking about our tours, he told me, he's like, yeah, because I was telling him, you know, when we do 2 shows a night a lot of time. He goes, yeah. He goes, you know, we used to do 2 a night. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, you know, so all that banging and just like full thing, 2 in a night. And he goes, that's when I knew I had juice, was when I was like up for like a renewal, and I was like, hey, no more 2 a nights. Like, I'm a 1 show a night guy.
Yeah, he would.
But now he's had like 17 surgeries or some shit.
Oh yeah, and he is that one man show now. He's doing like stand up. I don't know if you know that. He might actually reach out. You should probably reach out to Mark and say, hey, you ever want to talk about a little stand up? We'll do that. Look at that. You guys could become even tighter than you ever did. He would do those 2 a nights. And then he would go shut down like 3 bars.
Oh,
and then
dogs.
do it again the next night. Absolute fucking dog. Speaking of, Pac-Man has a question for you, Tom.
Hey, Tom, we had the congressman on here yesterday talking about these, what are they?
UFOs, aliens.
UFO, aliens. What are your take on this? Have you seen anything in your backyard? Your backyard look fucking crazy back there.
Beautiful.
What do you think about that?
Well, okay. I was always a dismissive of all that shit. Like UFO, I'm like, great. Enjoy yourself. I did not give it any credibility whatsoever until I would say in the last, not just the last year, but I would say in the last few months, more so than ever, where people are not only coming up with verified things, but we're also getting, the U.S. government, Pentagon. There's whistleblowers that are looking to actually leave government positions so that they could say even more about what they know and what they've seen. They're confirming that we have aircraft that we've actually have
intact
bodies, like alien bodies intact. The whole narrative of the fact that the technological boom is consistent with when UFOs first allegedly landed in like Roswell. Like you look at like fiber optics, the way that technology has evolved since then, aircraft that you would not even ever dream of conceiving of, because we didn't conceive of the fact that it's actually a build of something that we have seen them have, and that we actually go like, so when all these stories start to come out more and more, the story was super compelling. You watch the body cam of the Las Vegas officer, sees it, and then the kid calls and he's like, this thing is 8 feet tall. And it doesn't actually sound like a drunk, fabricated, like lunatic. And you see the actual image of what landed in his yard still there. All those things have made me think more that this is more plausible. And I also feel like you have any conception of the size of the universe, you're out of your mind to think that we are the only living beings in this universe. It's crazy. So I would say that I've become much more interested in this idea since the last few months.
I think a lot of us have gone. I've obviously always been a moon watcher. At night I'm looking up, a lot of room up there. There's a lot of stuff up there. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just start thinking, and I've always been a pretty open-minded person, and you hear some people tell a story, and you're like, why would that person lie to me? Why would that person lie to me about it? Unless they're just trying to get attention or clout. That's an interesting thing. And then it just seems like too many people are saying it. And then now it feels like it's almost like it's abnormal if you don't believe that something is potentially out there. Think about their sledgehammers when they show up. Oh, wow.
Bro, if they're 8 to 10 feet tall, I mean,
that's not real.
There it is.
That one is not real. But that is allegedly what it looked like. They did a sketch, from that kid's memory. You know what I mean? Able to find serial killers, able to find people that steal things, and also
large, oversized eyes,
put them in
ears wrapped behind the backs of their heads and shit. Like,
froze them.
Big dicks, huge dicks.
And that guy at that conference breathing out of his ears.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so much shit, Tom. It's only a matter of time. I can't wait to see what sports they play. I can't wait for us to cover what sports they play. And if they come into the NFL, we need to institute the headhunting rules again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you think? God, by the way, are they going to finally honor that guy, that D coordinator, the one who was like, hunt for their heads, take their fucking heads?
Yeah, he's in the NFL. He's back. He's back. Yeah, he's back. Everybody just...
Salute you, sir. That is the message. I mean, come on. You played defense, AJ, Pac-Man. It's like a coach that's like, let's try to cripple these motherfuckers. That's who you want to play for. That's the coach that I go, I'm going to fucking sacrifice myself for this guy. The message should be eliminate the enemy. And I just feel like they should do a special Hall of Fame induction while he's coaching. That is unbelievable.
Go ahead, AJ. Last question here for Tom. We appreciate it.
Tom, getting back to the alien situation, I understand, like, I am very open-minded as well, but how come every time it is the moment where we need to film these beans, everyone forgets how to use their camera phone, and they drop and they're filming like the sidewalk and just noise, and they're just yelling? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I feel like this is a lot like when people go, hey, how come you didn't pull out your gun and you weren't able to aim straight when the alleged intruder came? Because I think people are in such a state of heightened panic when this is happening that they don't go like, oh, hold on a second. Could you stand right there? Let me get the light right. Like, it's just, it makes sense that that's happening. Now, the other thing that was like crazy as shit from this Vegas kid was that he said that when he looked over in that area, his vision became affected, almost like the alien had the ability to camouflage itself. So I think if you are seeing, a being from another world land in front of you, you're probably not like, oh, let me get my TikTok open real quick.
We need more people to be like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you do, but I think you're probably just like, I think I'm going to die or something. And so it's just like, it's so much panic that, yeah. Now, look, obviously anybody who's super skeptical, and I have been, like I said, my whole life, you do want like the better footage, but we are seeing pretty compelling footage of aircraft. I mean, there's aircraft that has flown by that they're like, you hear the pilots go, the fuck was that? Like, they've never seen anything like it.
Mike Gallagher is the congressman. He's one of the chairs of the war on China, pretty much.
CCP.
So he has somehow now, in the war on China, has taken over like the unidentified aerial phenomenon committee as well, because the answer for some of those videos, like the Tic Tac video and some of the other ones that we can't describe, they say, well, maybe it's a foreign adversary that has that technology. And in my eyes, as somebody that's always been like, I got to be an alien. It's like, if China has that and we don't, we're fucked. Like,
Big time.
Our Top Gun pilots, to your point, are seeing these things going, whoa, what the fuck is, these are our greatest pilots. And they're like, that's like 10,000 G's. I don't know how to do it. So if China has that, or Russia, or somebody that doesn't like us, I guess Iran is whoever doesn't like us has it and we don't, that's scary as fuck too. It's like, so he has kind of put himself into it like, can we find out if this is China? And if it's not China, we should also find out what it is. I think we're going to get answers, Tom. I think we're going to get answers.
I think we're going to have real problems with China.
No, aliens.
Oh no, it's China.
All right, yeah, maybe. I mean,
that's our mortal enemy. Listen, Pat, AJ, Pac-Man, you are invited anytime you allow me to fly you to Austin. I would love to have you guys in Austin whenever you want. I would love to have you there. You come as a group, you come individually.
Yeah, go with that,
it's not a charter, Pat. I know how you're used to traveling. It's a commercial flight, but it's on me whenever you want. The invite is there.
All right, we'll take the amount of money for the first class tickets for all of us in a pool.
Yeah.
And then we'll utilize that for us getting down there in an efficient fashion.
I love it.
We love you.
I love it.
July 4th, Sledgehammer.
Let's go.
USA, baby.
Yes.
USA.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. How long? Special.
Go. This is an hour special. I did that on purpose. I tightened it. I cut out about 12 minutes. Netflix let me keep what I cut out, and they're letting me post it. So I cut it out just to make it a tight 60. And it's a lot of fun.
Are we?
You're in the opening montage.
Okay, that's a big deal. I feel like that's a massive
big deal, dude.
I'm pumped.
It's a big deal. You're there with like this bunch of studs. It's Jason Momoa came to a show. Brad Pitt, Pat McAfee, Mercedes Lewis, Aaron. They're all in the montage. So like you're in there, dude.
Oh my God! Thank you. What an honor, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. No, thank you, man.
No,
thank you.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, man. Fuck you. Thank you.
I wish AJ Hawk would have come to the show, but you know.
Brad Pitt can go, but AJ Hawk can't go. Wow.
AJ's like, I gotta buy some mulch. I gotta put some mulch around my new trees and shit. I'm like, all right, dude. So yeah.
Well, he saw your penis one time. That was the angle. So.
Yeah, you already saw the sledgehammer. I get what you're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Tom
That's true.
Segura. 4th of July. Go and watch that.
Jacked up.
The best.
He's funny, dude. You saying, who asked him if he just tells these young comics they suck? Oh, you. So AJ's seen a lot of young comics who suck. Yep. That's what we learned.
No.
Like it.
That's what we learned.
Comedy is so difficult. That's the thing. There's so many specials being put out. I'm like, it is really tough to make a funny.
Oh, that's what happened. Bobby Carpenter asked him to sit and listen to 20 minutes of his jokes.
He's like, how do I go about telling General Bob not to do stand-up?
Yeah.
Well, what do you say?
I will push Bobby on stage.
Me too. I've seen him with a microphone in a Tarzan outfit with boots on.
Yep.
He slaughtered it.
Yeah, no underoos either.
He needs to do that. He needs to do that more. I believe we got JC Treader coming on the show at some point.
JC.
In the next couple of days to talk about
Lloyd.
Lloyd Howe.
Let's go.
Because they seem to be unanimously behind old Lloyd Howe.
Pushing him big time.
So our initial response and thought is, They seem like bullshit. They're saying, no, we like the guy. They're saying we like the guy. Hopefully he'll be able to get some things done. New executive director for the NFLPA, AJ, announced this morning.
Yeah, why was everyone kept in the dark for so long? Because they felt like it would slow the process down if everyone knew?
J.C. Treader announced that this was done confidentially.
Yeah.
And we were told yesterday by Ian Rappaport that in the past, when names would be made public, they thought there was a chance that the NFL would put their PR machine behind either burying people they didn't like publicly or potentially pushing people that they knew would not be great or favorable for them in that position. Now, we don't know if either of those things are true, but I believe JC will be joining us here in the next 48 hours.
Yeah, they wanted to get the owner. They wanted the owner's fingies out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, which is smart. I do appreciate it.
Makes sense. Okay, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play if that is the case.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense, though.
Now, middle of summer, everybody's checked out. We're making a pretty massive decision.
Exactly.
But you know they do. Everybody's probably on the call.
Yeah, but dude, are you in the middle of it? Are you actually paying attention to any of it?
But I'm quite sure they have went through the process of elimination to get to this guy. I wouldn't think that it's just, we're going to go with this guy.
In the photo, it looked like they were all there.
Yeah, you're right. And they might have their
all the
off-season.
reps.
Yeah,
all the reps.
yeah.
But they're like
the reps is what matter.
Yeah.
All right. I
Who
hope
else?
so.
Who else
do
was
a
up
good
for it?
job.
Yeah, who else was up nominated? Who lost?
Let's get insurance.
Yeah, let's just get a lifetime insurance, Lloyd. All right, Lloyd. Lloyd.
Simple win.
Lloyd. Let's go to Jack in Texas on the 500 phone line. What's going on, Jack, as we wrap up this day?
Pat, boys, how you doing, man?
Keep it moving. Hell yeah. What part of Texas, Jack?
Flower Mound, North Dallas.
Oh, North Dallas is a movie name, 40.
North Dallas 40, yeah.
That is a movie. Shout out. What do you want to talk about, Jack?
I got a question for Tone about the Steelers, but real quick. Connor, that bullet, fucking electric, dude.
All right, from Texas.
From Texas.
Texas to Mass.
That's big. That's big.
Because
Everybody loves
they have
belongs on a
the
lake. Every day belongs on a lake.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's right.
What's your question about the Steelers, Jack?
Yeah. So what do y'all make of the reports coming out of minicamp that Broderick Jones is nowhere near locking up that blindside tackle spot?
Jack.
That was a misleading report.
Jack, come on, Jack.
No. Misleading report by Kaboli.
Whoa.
Shit.
Kaboli? Oh, no.
He called Pickens last year. He knew.
Kaboli's pretty good.
Yeah, Kaboli knows his shit.
Kabol's just said that the left tackle from last year isn't going to give up the position so easy, and that he was looking good in minicamp. So,
And Broderick was.
no, there was nothing about Broderick. It was just saying it was talking about them, and then people took that and made a headline out of it. It's listen, that's Kabol,
Sure.
I wouldn't say Kabol's is like the most
positive
reporter in the city.
Tony.
Whoa.
He ate a sandwich after that thing had been in his pocket for 8-9 hours. You don't think that's an optimistic fuck?
Well, towards some things, yeah.
He also played left tackle at Pitt, 4-year starter.
We just tried to call him. He didn't answer. All right, let's move on.
Has he ever?
Let's go to Sam in Phoenix on the 500 phone line. What's going on, Sam? Beautiful city you're in.
Hey, how we doing, boys? Keep it moving.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Last time I was on, I was kind of toxic and negative, so I just wanted to bring the positive vibes today. Shout out all you guys. Shout out Hammered Down. Shout out the pod. I listen to you guys all the time. And just lastly, Pat, just wanted to say, man, your Father's Day little monologue got me right in the feels, man. I lost my pops about 12 years ago, so your little monologue really got me, man. So just wanted to say appreciate it and love you guys. And that's it, man. I'll keep listening forever.
Sam, we appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Thank you for the call. All right.
That was a good one.
That was good. It was
Yeah.
fun to hear.
Wow. That
Sorry
was
about his
sweet.
dad passing, but happy. You can have a moment there to hopefully reflect and think positively upon it as the rest of the world kind of shoves it in your face about Father's Day. So shout out to Sam calling in there.
Shout out.
Shout out to Hammer Dahn, too. You guys still winning or no?
I am.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
Is that why the pizzazz has been?
Goddamn individual.
Oh, okay. He's not talking about the team, huh? Big me, little team. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you asked the question.
Yes, Hammer Dahn winning.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay, but you didn't say that the first time.
No,
Yeah,
you didn't.
you implied I'm winning. Everybody else.
Suck.
Normally, you would ask that question, and I would say I'm not, but fucking Gumpy is.
But right now, you're saying.
Right now, I'm on a little bit of a fucking good streak.
Oh, what are we betting today? First 5?
Oh yeah, a bunch of first fives, a couple no runs, first inning ties.
Yeah, keep in mind though, now that Tony has said that, he knows deep down
he's gold today.
I'm not going to win. because I
Dumpy's
just
going to
said
win
that.
today.
Yes.
Dumpy got publicly dumped on.
Yeah.
No.
Call him Dumpy like we did the first time we heard his name.
Exactly. Dump?
Because that's what Tone Diggs just did.
Yes.
Tone Diggs took his hat off, dumped in it, and put it on Gumpy's head.
Exactly.
Here you go, kid.
That just happened right here.
I was between a rock and a penis there. So
Is that the P word? Rock and the P word.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, let's talk about Mission Impossible. We got a chance to see it early.
Man.
Dead Reckoning?
Dead
Part
Reckoning
one.
Part 1.
Dead Reckoning Part 1, a 2-hour and 40-minute flick.
Jesus.
Tom Cruise goes out there. I would say I would watch it again after getting a preview.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think I'm going to have to fully understand what the fuck was going on because there were some things that started happening where I'm like, why are we choosing to do this? No way this is what we're actually choosing to do. Then, boom, we actually do it. Have to be able to suspend reality a little bit.
For sure.
Did not expect to have to do that because this is Mav, and Mav was actually doing all those things in those planes the last time I seen this son of a bitch.
Right. Yeah.
But I will say, seems to be a potential real problem that the world has on their hands
Big time.
in the future. Kind of put a spotlight on that. And Tom certainly looks incredible for a 60-year-old man.
Absolutely. These movies are known and
A lot of running out of Tom.
a lot of running.
You like that snow scene in Top Gun Maverick where he's sprinting through the forest and he tackles Miles and Rooster there and they have that side shot of him going through the fucking trees and it's like incredible form running? A lot of that out of old Cuz
Great
last
form.
night.
These movies are kind of built around like the big action set pieces. We all saw the featurette of Tom taking the motorcycle off the cliff. You didn't make it to that part per se, but boy, does it pay off. I mean, baby. I mean, I knew what to expect going in, and I still could not contain myself. I mean, everyone that was there heard me go, ho, 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 about 4 or 5 times in the last, 45 minutes to an hour of the movie. It was everything you'd want from a Mission Impossible.
So everything I missed.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
you missed
you
a.
left
how
at a
long were you
very
there?
inopportune time.
It was a transition period.
How long did you last?
2 hours. 2 hours.
No, I doubt it.
It was like an hour and a half.
Hour 40. Hour 40.
Yeah, it was like 42 minutes.
No, no.
You definitely made it over an hour.
There's a lot of fill. There's a lot of build. Like all the questions I had yesterday about this series as a whole, they answered it very meticulously through the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice little recap of the whole thing. But it's bananas. I mean, the shit that's happening there is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
It had everything. If you're a Mission Impossible fan, it had everything you could ever want in a Mission Impossible movie. And Ty mentioned it. Some of the things that they did in the second half of the film were unbelievable. Like, there wasn't really many portions, and like you said, they do explain it. They do kind of re-explain what the IMF is and those types of things, just so you could kind of understand. I feel like a lot of people who might not be huge fans of Mission Impossible could understand, but it was awesome. Like it delivered as a MI fan.
They knew Mav was going to be such a huge hit that they had to reestablish the story of Mission Impossible at the beginning for all the new people that were coming on, just because they saw Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I actually think that is the case. I'm for sure going to see it again in IMAX just because of how some of the scenes they did, especially, again, in that second half, the things that the director and that Tom wanted to do that they've talked about, those things on an IMAX screen would be life-changing.
Well, congrats to Tom, another banger.
Did it again.
It was a good movie, AJ. I didn't see the whole thing, but it was a good movie.
Is this what he was filming when he saved the whole movie industry when he went on that rant?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they were supposed to film in Venice, and then that was kind of at like the height of Italy getting shut down. He spent 500,000 euro on a like decommissioned cruise ship to put the entire crew on while they were waiting. And yeah, let's just say some people didn't have their masks on, and they weren't standing at least 3 meters apart. And Tom didn't take too kindly to that.
No.
All right. Well, I just want to let everybody know in the movie industry, Tom Cruise at the top of it seems to be a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer can this guy do what he does, though?
He's gonna forever.
Bro, his running, AJ, like no knee injuries throughout. He's clean. We're talking smooth. At that age, you would think there'd be some sort of arthritis or some sort of something.
Yeah.
He is clean. We're talking knee drive, arm swing perfectly at full speed. It is phenomenal. I'm like, how long can this guy go?
I think it's kind of tongue in cheek and like we joke about it, but like he 1,000% wants to and will die while making a movie. Like that is how Tom Cruise is going
It's like
to
a
die.
coach.
Yeah.
Hey, he's saving.
All right. Well, congrats, Tom.
He's the only movie star we have left.
The movie comes out July 12th.
Yes.
And we would all say you should go watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, sweet.
Go see it.
As long as we're all on the same page, let's get the fuck out of here. Big shout out to Tom Segura, AQ Shipley, and Bucci Gross for coming on. NHL draft is this evening. Everybody enjoy the hell out of it. Connor Bedard, this is the next one. There's going to be some baseball that we can bet on. Tone Diggs will tell us who we need to bet on so we can make some money. This motherfucker's hot.
Yeah, he's rolling.
So you ever see fire in the middle of an ice cube? Everything else melts around it. You know what I mean? And becomes the fire, hopefully. That's what Tone is describing the hammer down as right now. He is the fire in the middle of the ice cube. Everybody else is about to heat up alongside of him, just strictly from osmosis. We appreciate you, Tone. Thank you for doing
Thank you, Tone.
Thank you, Tone. Pac-Man, great work today. Boys, fantastic job. Everybody in the back, great work. We'll be back tomorrow with another big one.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow's big show.
Yeah.
Massive.
I believe we got Lane Johnson coming on.
What?
Whoa.
Shit.
Yeah, I think they got that offensive line thing going.
That's right.
Okay.
So we'll have him chit-chatting about that. I just saw him catch a punt at a golf outing.
Yep.
He's a freak athlete. I believe J.C. Treader should be on here in the next 48 hours to talk about the new NFLPA president. I think there's some baseball stuff. I mean, let's go.
Steph
Steph Curry's on tomorrow.
Match.
Yes.
Okay, be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change their life. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.